go. What's good? This is episode four or five, seven, episode
No,
seven.
wait. No, six. I'm chilling. I'm tripping. It's episode 6, you feel me?
My
Welcome back.
co-host throwing my co-host throwing me off, but that's besides the point. So yeah, this is episode six of breaking down the game with Fefro and AJ. We got a lot to get into, but the first major news that I gotta get into, at least something that I've noticed throughout the league regarding NBA, is coaching. Coaching has gotten very questionable recently, and ever since, last year's numbers of firings. I realized that nowadays the NBA is a league where it's just if you're not averaging at least 10 or more wins, there goes the boot. There goes the
Yeah.
boot to where I've now, after doing my research, have seen three of my favorite teams going through three different head coaches while also seeing players not taking accountability. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the major thing I want to get into today because you've seen it too, where coaches, they have a good winning record, they have a good progressive, steam, but if they're not winning, even though they stay consistent, but they're not winning, they get the boot. What are your opinions
Yeah.
about that?
I mean, we've seen it a decent bit in the last couple of years. We've seen it recently with the Kings and was it Mike Brown? He came off after like what the franchise's best season, arguably. I mean, first round exit wasn't too hot to
You
start
guys
off the
went to
next
game seven.
season.
Y'all made it all the way to a game seven.
Yeah, so we seen it with the Kings. Honestly, we seen it with the Raptors. I don't know if you remember the Dwayne Casey
Oh
situation.
yeah, yeah.
Like he was like Raptors were consistently in the playoffs, but they just couldn't get past that first or second round, which it's understandable, but coaching in NBA, it's it depends on the franchise. Like if you look at certain franchises, they're going to make sure they taken care of. Like their head coaches are taken care of. They don't. We gonna make sure that they gonna want to build the team how they want it. Like build things like that. Like we seen it with the Warriors and how Steve Kerr, granted his coaching is still up there due to recent events with like drafted players, and like certain other guys on the team. And then we also seen it with guys like a Doc Rivers, who he's bounced from team to team, but we already know how he is. He brings that championship mindset. Spoelstra, I'm pretty sure he's probably one of the longest tenured coaches right now,
I'm
if
pretty
I'm not
sure.
mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, if you have a stable coach, you're going to at least win 20 to 30 games. We've seen it. We're going to see it live actually, because this Saturday, me and Raf are going to the Knicks Magic game. We're we since we're here in Orlando, we might as well root for the Magic a little bit. Obviously, we got our squads. He got Cavs,
And Cavs,
Warriors.
Warriors,
I
which
got Thunder, like for the most part. But I'll since I'm from like Philly area, I'll check in with Philly. But like since we're here down in Orlando, we live down here. We might as well check in with the Magic. Magic
which
is
is not doing that
slowly.
bad. Like I'm not gonna lie, like they're
No,
not doing that
they
bad.
start off slow. They're starting off slow this year, but I think they gonna shake some
Is
things. But if
Yeah,
anything,
because
we
if I look at
might.
their standings, what are they ranked?
They're probably like playing squad right now. God for starting off bad, but even then,
Yeah, they're
we
10th, and
might
then
post a
Detroit is
little bit.
first, but we're gonna get
We
into that
might
later.
even we might even go live for like that cool 30 minutes while we there, just chilling. get some stuff going. We'll probably post halftime, pregame,
Probably, yeah.
postgame, you know. Just stay
It's just
tuned.
it's just shocking to me though how like all these franchises always like the media and the franchise always saying, "Oh, we need a head coach. Oh, we should change rotations." The rotations come down to coaching, and
Even then, coaching is kind of up there because, especially in today's NBA, you don't see offensive sets. The
you
only
really
thing you
don't.
really see is like defensive matchups and schemes, like from coaches, but like that's mostly due to feedback from the players. Offensive sets aren't really ran as much,
But even the offensive
but
players don't even like the players don't even take accountability. They just be
no.
like, look at John Morant recently. John Morant did not even take no accountability. Yeah, he didn't take no leadership of, oh, I messed up. I did no, he just said go ask the coach. Like, no, they're asking you like what you can do better. Because last time I checked, the franchise player is not the coach. It's you, John. It's you.
That's, I
So you
mean,
see
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. Yes, you should take accountability, but half of that is also in the coaching, which I understand that, but like it's a 50-50 street. Like, especially in NBA, like especially if you're asking a franchise guy, not all of it's going to be on him. Some of it's going to be on the coach. We've seen it with LeBron throughout his entire career. He's the GM, as a lot of people call him. Like, it just comes down to like your star guy, what they want, what they need, and how your coach is gonna help elevate that. Because we've seen it time and time again. Like just last year, Shea took his game to another level, and that like made it a lot easier for Thunder's head coach to really let's take a step
Lay
back,
back,
let's
yeah, lay back.
reassess. What do we need to help him out? And ultimately, they won the chip. So that's
Mickey, but
how
that's
today's
whatever.
game
It's a
is
Mickey
gonna
chip or
be.
whatever.
That's how today's game is gonna be, no matter what. Like, we'll see how that goes, especially like I think Pelicans recently fired their head coach. So
Yeah.
they have head coaching vacancy right now. So we'll see how that goes. So it's all just about the players you got and how to maximize them as a coach. Like today's NBA is 5 out, cut, 5 out, or like 5 out drive and kick, or like 5 out pick and roll. That's usually how today's NBA goes on the offensive end. Defensive is a little bit more technical with the schemes, but other than that, like offensively, there's not much you can really do anymore. You rarely see actual offensive sets, but
Well,
even then,
yeah.
those
What do
offensive
you like?
sets,
What can people do with those sets if you like? Because think about it. Think about it.
offensive sets, they're really just based off like the motion offense, not in today's
Yeah, they
game,
they they go off of
which
what
you play
works.
instinctively
Yeah,
out of
they
that.
go off of what
So
works, and then even
that's
when they
when your
like,
plays are technically created once you play instinctively, and then you're like, once you do it like a couple times and you know it works, you'll write it down. You'll keep it as a play, but it's not going to be something that's like, oh, this is like an actual set we're going to run. You're just going to play free, play instinctively, and run it through your star guys.
that's it's a good way to start the topic because now that we're also in the NBA, can we also mention how my Warriors have one of the worst back-to-back schedules and mankind
Yeah,
like league? I get it, we're a dominant team. Every year we always have star powers, but let us breathe. Let us breathe.
I wouldn't even say that. It's just the fact of the NBA schedule, how it can be. Like they're trying to crack down on it, especially with the back-to-backs. But at the end of the day, this is their profession. It's either way it's going to take a toll on their body. Either way, they gotta play 82 games. Like unless you're like severely injured, which we'll get into that as well, our opinions on that, especially with like the growing trends in the NBA right now.
Yeah,
But you're gonna play the same amount of games every year. You're gonna in all season, you're gonna find ways to improve, whether it's going to open gym, whether it's going with the trainer, like either way, it's gonna be the same squad technically on paper if your team's on a contract. If
yeah,
not, there are obviously gonna be some changes, but you want to still, but your core guys are always going to be the same unless something major happens.
yeah,
So that's the thing. Warriors, I think by the time like close to All-Star break and then on, they'll be fine. You know, this is the first full season with this roster. So obviously there's going to be some things that will be tweaked like towards the All-Star break and then on. Well, like we've seen what this roster can do when they hot, spoiled last season. So I'm not too worried about the Warriors.
I'm
If
just a little
anything,
mad. I'm just
if
mad. That's
anything,
all.
just wait. Because Warriors, yes, they can be good at the start of seasons, but they really turn it up towards the end. So if I were you, I would just be
Oh no,
patient.
I'm being patient. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm being patient. It's just the fact of like how they already know that most of our roster is old, first of all, right? Like
That is probably one of the oldest constructed
yeah,
rosters in the NBA
so
right
you
now.
already know like our bodies is dealing with a lot, number one. And then number two, they also gotta realize, right? Since we're playing a bunch of back-to-back, we don't get any time to recover, or because of how many road trips we're doing, we barely get any times to really just rest our body because we're rather on the plane, we're rather training, we're rather, working out. We're rather working on our game, which we have been working on our game. Don't get me wrong. Like, even though we've been losing some potential games, I'm not mad about it because we still have All-Star break. So I'm not tripping about that. I already know what Curry and the rest of the squad can do. Kuminga's getting back from his injury. Moody's getting into who he was. Like, our roster is there. It's just the momentum and the way that we have to travel a lot to where I'm like, do they even have time to spend time with their family? Or they even got time to like, just rest and just have like a day off?
Yeah, that's why like once you make it professionally, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. It don't matter what it is. You're gonna make sacrifice. So I kind of get that from your standpoint, but once you make it, you make it.
That's
You're
true.
gonna have to sacrifice everything. You sacrifice everything just to get there. You feel me? Yeah. So what's a little more sacrifice just to keep being at that high level?
That's true. That's true. Well, now staying within the NBA topic, let's talk about these injuries. Let's
Yeah,
talk about these
that's bad,
injuries.
man.
God.
All these injuries are bad, bro.
In previous episode, if you guys remember, I was talking about the Warriors injury, and I was hoping that, we want to get hit with the injury bug. But then right when we ended recording, breaking news of just back-to-back-to-back injuries. Kaminga got hit with an injury. Al Horford got
Yeah,
hit with an injury.
yeah,
Moody got hit with the day-to-day injury. Curry got hit with the day-to-day injury. Like it was bad because I already knew. Like I already knew with this trend that we're gonna get, hit with injuries. And then same thing with my calves, but I'm not worried that much because it wasn't really to our starters, to which I'm not mad about. I am a little mad though that we had to deal with Alonzo for a few days. We had to deal with a little bit of no Evan Mobley, which Allen, and thank God Bryant got minutes because that boy was balling out. Yeah, you see what happens when you actually play someone who fits. Now, I'm gonna come down, but I'm just saying, give Bryant more,
yeah.
give Bryant more minutes. Give him Lance minutes and let Lance, come off the bench like how we did with Tristan. Because yeah, you see what happens when you actually play an actual big man and actually knows how to attack the paint. I'm just saying, Cavs. Hey, just look what you're doing, Cavs. I'm just saying, but yeah.
There's a reason why you're here and they're actually playing the game, though. That's all I'm gonna say. But there's a reason why you're here talking about it and they actually training and preparing for their next game.
They're preparing, but you are like a 6 foot something dude who is was built to be a center with a center that is supposed to even you coming out of even Lance coming out of college, everybody said he's supposed to be a physical rim protector attacker. I have not seen him yet since he got drafted. I have not seen him average at least 10 or more rebounds. I'm sorry to say. I am sorry to say. That man, I
Well, it's
don't know.
kind of hard when you come off the bench, and even when you come off the bench, you're only getting 10 to 15 minutes per game under behind actual big men who are makes a lot better impact than you. When he was with the Lakers, he was behind Julius Randle. When he was with the Pelicans, he was behind Julius Randle and Zion. When he was with, and now when he's with the Cavs, he's behind Mobley. It's hard to be effective,
It's hard,
like,
while
and change
also
your
we
game.
signed him for a whole lot. So that's where
You
my
didn't sign
mindset
him
is
for
at.
that much. That's the thing. Compare, because either way, salary cap is going to go up, and in hindsight, it's not going to be that. It's not bad of a contract.
It's not bad. It's just we could have used that for more. There was don't get me
For
wrong.
more
Don't
for
get me wrong.
who? Y'all have y'all have dang near no cap to really push through, because you're still going to be have to paying Garland. You're still
Yeah,
going to have to pay Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yep.
You're going
That
to
whole
have
starting
to
five
pay
yeah,
Mobley
I
shit.
understand. Those
You're
starting
going to have to
five,
pay Jared
they
Allen.
already got a good extension. But that's what I'm saying though. We we
What
we
money is
signed
there to
Bryant and
really
Lands. We signed Bryant and Lands to have backup
Bryant's a
for
1 year
Mobley and
deal?
Allen. We
Bryant on like a 1 or 2 year deal,
Yeah,
which
he's in a
he's
two
going to,
year deal, which I'm happy about. Lance is in a 1 year, but that 1 year is so expensive because I feel
yeah,
like
because after coming off his last because he's still on the contract that he was with the Pelicans for the most part, from my
yeah,
understanding.
he
So,
is because it was a sign and trade. Yeah, it was a sign and trade. It was a sign and trade
so
type.
it's like I understand that, but at the same time, there's no money to really go around to sign major pieces with how you guys are set up.
That's
It's
that's
difficult
what I'm saying.
to
I'm
really
like
do
I'm
that
happy with our moves.
unless you trade people at the deadline for expiring contracts and like some picks. You're not going to make any major splash in free agency besides like role playing guys like Lonzo, like, you know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to construct that roster unless something gives, because you're not going to be able to keep Mitchell around for so long. You're not going to be able to keep Mobley around for so long.
Garland's
Garland's going
contract
to
is
be on.
almost up. Yeah, Garland's contract.
Garland's more than likely going to be on the move before anybody else in that starting lineup. Him or Jared Allen's going to be on the move before everyone else in that starting
No,
lineup.
Garland's contract expires this season. Allen's contract
Exactly.
expires
You're gonna
next
have to
season,
pay
and then
him.
Mitchell is with us for the next two, and then yeah, Garland expires this season. Mobley is with us for like
Exactly. You're
a
gonna
year
put
and a
all your
half.
chips into Garland, like going into this free agency class. So it's like once you sign him, what salary cap are you gonna have left to sign anyone else that's significant? The only thing best is I think Lonzo is only here for like 1 or 2 years.
He's there for 2 years.
Get
We got
Lon
him for a 2 year deal.
So it's like you gotta maximize your bench and what you can do with Lonzo as your backup point, because Lonzo is going to be your change of pace guy off the bench as a
Which
point
I
guard.
love. Like I love for that because that gives Garland because like the way that we've been doing the rotations, don't get me wrong, I love it. But it's just that core mindset of we made our name as a slashing the offensive team because of Garland and Mitchell, with them slashing to the paint, with Allen and Mobley, with the Twin Towers, and then with that whole squad behind us of, of Maxwell with the threes, with when we had Tristan with the pain, and like that whole core was just all for slashing and rebounding. And that's what I love so far. That's what we got Lonzo for. And that's why we still keep the same rotation that we had last year. It's just with Lance, he gets there. He does what he needs to do, but it's just when he goes into the paint, it's like we're still dealing with the Tristan to where he doesn't know how to properly get his points. You are there to eat. Why aren't you eating?
Eat against who? You're going against 7 footers who not only are better defensively and know his tendencies, but like you're going up against guys that are very much way more established defensively and offensively against Nance. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to really it's hard to score in the NBA in general. If you
It's
score
hard. Yes, it's
15
hard.
plus
While
points
also,
per game, you're considered a star slash superstar. You know what I mean? So obviously he's not going to average a lot. Obviously he's not going to get his every game. He's sacrificing for the team for someone else to eat, which half the time is either your wings or your other center. Because it doesn't matter for Nance to constantly be scoring. That's not his role on the team. That
it's
should
not.
not
It's just
be his
for
role
it's for
on the
him to be a
bench.
rebounder. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. With him,
His role is just to be a glue guy and be there defensively. He doesn't need to grab every rebound. He doesn't need to get every point. Like your team, how it's set up, you don't have to rely on him to do much. You just need a body down low, which he clearly is.
he is a
Because
body, but a body that doesn't. Yes, there's people taller than him. Well, also that's why you train. That's why we. You look at Allen.
training
Allen.
is different in the NBA. You don't train just to train. That's not how the NBA is, especially for his role. He's literally the third string center because there are guys that are better than him right now.
Yeah,
It's literally Mobley, then Dean Wade, and then him, basically. Or it's Jarrett Allen, Thomas Bryant, and then him. You can't expect him to really do much with little minutes he has, with little, like, ex I wouldn't say experience, but with little opportunities he can get only when guys are injured. That's the only thing. So if expectations for him shouldn't be as high as he should have
it's not
when
high.
he has guys that
No,
are
the only
better
thing that I'm mad
than
about,
him.
the only expectation that
He
I
has
have for
guys
him.
playing that are better than him.
No, and that's
You
what I'm
can't
saying.
expect
The
him to
only
be.
expectation that I have for him is just for him to at least help us out on the boards. He's
What
doing
do you
that,
think he's
but
been doing?
in a way
What do
where
you mean in
it's
a way? He's
dude.
been doing his
No, I'm
job.
just no, because
He's been doing his job.
we went from someone that actually knows how to dive and cut to rebounding to someone that just knows how to dive and doesn't know how to cut. He knows how to cut, but then when he cuts, he doesn't know how to read.
First off, you saying that like you know and you've been there. You haven't been there. So it don't matter for what you think. You know what I mean? So like for you to say that, nah, bro, he is doing what his role is. He's the third string center, third string power forward, basically. He has guys like Thomas Bryant that's playing over because he's naturally a center. He
Yes.
naturally
He should
is
have
a
started
lot
in the
better.
first week, but no, we started Lance, which, hey,
He
I
has guys
ain't.
like Dean Wade who spreads the floor out for your bench and makes the game a lot slower for Zoe. You know what I mean? Why are you going to give opportunity for someone that doesn't fit the scheme compared to two people who fits your scheme and are a lot better? That makes no sense. So why are you complaining about Nance when you should be complaining about the other guys that are on your bench, your second stringers that aren't playing as well?
Because they're doing what they need to do. They are actually
So
helping
why are
us
you
out.
how are
They're
you
actually, if you look at every number for
but
everybody,
why are you trying
if
to
no,
prove this
because
point where a third string center getting his opportunity? He's third string for a reason. He's not going to get the opportunities for a reason. There are guys over him for a reason. It doesn't matter that he's getting garbage time in. It doesn't matter when if y'all up by a decent bit, he comes in. He's making the most out of the opportunities he can get because he's not going to get every opportunity because there are guys that are playing over him who are better. That shouldn't matter at the what his impact is because he's not going to make a significant impact on the game, not till playoff time. When playoff time, when the bench gets somewhat bigger or smaller, depending on what team you're playing, okay, then you can criticize the impact he's making. But right now, it's early season. You only gonna have a 10-man rotation. Your first stringers and your second stringers. Third stringers only come in when you up by 20 early in the game or like later in the game. And then even then he'll play garbage time. Whatever opportunity he's gonna get, he's gonna get. He's just gonna let the king come to him.
All right. Hey, mm.
That's how the game goes. That's how we seen players get out to the league early in their career because they couldn't fill the holes that their team needed. Stanley Johnson,
Oh
Kwame
boy.
Brown,
Oh
and
boy.
Anthony Bennett. I could go on. You feel
Okay.
me? Rashid
Okay. Let's
Shafiq.
not let's
You know
not
what I
bring his
mean?
name.
We can go on for forever, but we ain't going to talk about the fact that there are guys that were better than him. There were guys that making more impacts than him.
Hey. Hey. Let's move on then. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Your Cavs and your Warriors, they gonna clock it in by the time like
I'm not
All-Star
worried about my
breaking
Warriors.
on.
My Warriors, Steve Kerr got
My
that.
Thunder, hey, we looking good right now. You feel me? Moving on, my Thunder, we looking good right now. We only lost one game so far in this season. He a salty
Fuckers.
little bum
Fuckers.
because they keep losing to us. Oh
Okay,
well.
we played you guys one time. Shut the fuck up.
What about the
Shut
year
up.
before? Oh, all right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would say we're not hit with an injury bug per se. Aaron Wiggins is out. That's a good key piece for us, but I'm not too worried about that. We got guys that can play the same role that he is, so I'm not worried.
Fucker.
Kenrich Williams,
Hey, yo,
Nicole
NBA
Tokic,
gods. Career
hey,
ending season.
we
Yeah,
it's fine.
career ending injury for Shea.
Once Jalen
NBA
Williams comes
gods.
back,
Career
we gonna
ending
be
injury
playing
for
a lot
Shea.
better. First off, we praying on injuries for other guys. God ain't listening to you, number one. If you gonna pray on injuries for other guys. No, but once J Dub comes back, this team's gonna head to a whole nother level. We only lost one game so far this season. Once J Dub comes back, we gonna be set. You know, barring any injuries from any other key pieces, we gonna be looking at potentially another championship run.
Bullshit.
But
That was a Mickey ring. That was a Mickey
first
ring.
off, we not calling that a Mickey ring, though. Number one, we had the tougher playoff run compared to the Pacers. I don't want to hear none of that. So all y'all Pacers fans better shut up. You feel me? Literally every star guy y'all played against in that playoff run went down with an injury. So I don't want to hear nothing from anybody. Oh, Mickey Mouse ring. I don't care. We had the tougher.
Mickey!
We
Mickey!
had the tougher bracket compared to all the other guys. You feel me? We finished off what? I don't think we finished. We finished off one or two seed. Even then, it's like, bro,
Mickey.
I don't want to hear
Mickey.
that. First off, y'all had a Mickey run
Hey,
when
whoa,
y'all
whoa,
had
whoa, whoa, whoa,
KD.
whoa,
I
whoa,
don't
whoa,
want to
whoa.
hear nothing
Whoa,
about
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa,
You feel me?
whoa.
I don't want to hear nothing about you. All right. Y'all had
First
y'all
of
Mickey
all,
run when y'all had KD. So I don't want to hear nothing.
first of
Y'all had to
all,
face
first of
a
all.
strong
First of all,
Cavs team
first of
with
all,
LeBron on it.
first of
I don't
all,
want to hear
first
none.
of all,
We had to
those
play
two
against a
KD
team.
bigs, I don't count them. I don't count them. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm a.
yeah, you do. You just don't want to admit you count them. I don't want to hear that. So don't chat to me about no Mickey Mouse ring. And
Listen,
that's another thing I gotta clear up. I don't hate LeBron. I respect the bubble ring. If you don't respect that bubble ring, you stupid. That
listen,
that is the
listen,
time where
listen.
they can only focus, they only need to focus on hoops. Strictly hoops. No media, we don't care. Strictly hoops. So all y'all saying that's Mickey Mouse ring that he won in the bubble, stupid. That's another thing I got to clear up about that Mickey Mouse ring. But
Look. The whole Cavs and Warriors series, right? Because you mentioned it. Those years
a Mickey Mouse ring, dog. You
before
beating them
before we
against
had KD, before we had KD, I accept. Personally, me, I accept. But those two that we got with KD and
Mickey
my own fan
Mouse.
base,
Mickey
I don't
Mouse.
accept. Probably other people's do, but I don't. I'm an actual decent human being, okay? Your Mickey Mouse ring though,
It
you
was not Mickey Mouse. We had to play against the toughest squad. We had to play against tougher competition. What are you talking about?
your Mickey ring is how do I say? Uh not actually valuable. Because here's why. Here's why. Here's why. Here's why. Number one, y'all got bailed out by refs like there was no tomorrow.
What? Now you glazing. Now you being stupid. Now you being very stupid. I don't want to hear about no. Oh, we got bailed out by LeBron, Miami Heat, bailout. 2010, bailout by the refs a decent bit. Even though I respect Kobe, praise up. That he had more. Braun and Kobe had more free throws than SGA in their playoff runs, their chip runs. Jordan had more in his last season. You feel me? I don't want to hear nothing about SGA foul there. SGA did, bro. If you know how to play the game, if you know how to bend the rules in your favor, do it. We saw it with Harden in his MVP run. Granted, that didn't really. That's kind of a bad example because he didn't win. But like even then, we seen it happen in years past. So y'all saying, oh, like our championship was a fake because of refs and all that. What? Go back to the stat. Go back to the analytics. Get out of here.
Number two, it's also because of how most of your competition, y'all, nearly the whole team wasn't healthy. You like it was injury bug on both sides, but your injury bug side was very, very noticeable.
Huh? Are you all right?
And then number three is also because of how when you guys just run, you guys nearly every team was at like 80 to 70%. And yeah, it was usually 80 to
First
70%.
off, first off, I got stats right here. Keep playing with me. Granted, was that first series against the Grizzlies? I guess you can make that argument. Grizzlies were kind of limping to the playoffs anyway. Second series, Nuggets. We went to 7 games against the Nuggets. You feel me? Jokic, Jamal Murray, MPJ. Cool. You know, I don't want to hear that. Third series against T Wolves. I mean, 4-1, but And Edwards, let's be honest, he didn't have help. And then obviously in the finals versus Pacers, they took us to game 7. So literally almost every series went to at least 5, besides the Grizzlies series. So I don't want to hear about no Mickey Mouse championship playoff run
Mickey.
when literally every series went to at least 5 games besides the Grizzlies series. Grizzlies were already limping to the playoffs anyway. Y'all
That should
y'all
have
didn't
been
even have a
Jimmy.
shot to win it anyway because y'all lost in the play-in,
Well, I'm
basically.
sorry if we literally were limping also, first of all. And second of all, I'm sorry if we were still busy dealing with contract issues. Okay?
Contract ain't Contracts ain't get nothing to blame. And even then, like y'all turned up in that last half of the season, so it's like you kind of can't blame it on that either. Y'all
Hey,
were
we
literally the
tried.
hottest
Nah, here's the
team
thing though, too.
going
We
into
tried to
that
turn
playoff
up,
run.
but then what happened? What literally happened? What happened? Injury
Y'all
bug.
were literally the hottest team going into that playoff run. Point blank, period. Cavs, we already knew they weren't going to make it. No one expected the
Okay.
Pacers to make it.
Okay, shush. Shush.
No one expected the Pacers to make it.
Shush.
Everyone last year either thought it was going to be Celtics again or Knicks. No one expected the Cavs. We
Don't
expect them
hate
to
too
go to
much of my Cavs,
ECF.
okay? You watch
We
yourself.
we expected them to go to the conference final. We didn't expect them to go to the final. But
Watch yourself.
like,
Okay,
and
my
we
Cavs,
we
yes.
definitely weren't expecting the Pacers. The
Yes,
Pacers
my Cavs were
outplayed
limping into the
everybody.
playoffs. And yes, we got hit with the injury bug mid-series, which I don't blame because we did put all of our full effort into that second half of the season, and then we
Yeah, no, like it was just either way. You're gonna have your side of the bracket. Even if you won that Pacer series or whoever y'all went up against, I forgot. Y'all would have had to go against either Knicks or Celtics. Either way, So it was like
we could have
we
handled
didn't
them.
really
That's the
expect.
funny thing too. No, that's the funny thing with the Boston series. We could have handled them.
Y'all split the series last year in the regular season. How can you
Exactly.
say
We
you gonna
split it.
handle?
So we already knew their gameplay. And then on top of that, you gotta
They
remember,
know yours. What's your problem? They know
let me
yours.
talk.
They're
No,
the
no.
deeper
You
team.
had your chance to talk about your team. Let me talk about my boys, okay? We had playoff Donovan coming out. We had playoff Garland coming out. We also had the you you're acting like don't even lie. You're acting like when playoffs time come on, playoff Donovan comes out and averages 40 to 50. We have
I mean, yeah, but like it didn't matter if he's going to average 40, 50 and lose.
Well, what are you supposed to do when you don't got that bench help? Everybody was injured. We were dealing with the injury bug. We had to literally force all of our starters to play double minutes.
That's just on the circumstance. That's just not on.
Exactly. So what do you expect? You already tired yourself. And then don't get me wrong, that Cavs and Magic series, it was an interesting series. Don't even lie. Like the way that those like it was
I knew Magic was going to lose that series. Just as a simple fact, I didn't think it would go to 7 games. I
I
thought
knew
it
it was
would go
going
to
to
five
seven.
or six.
Like, don't get me wrong. That
I
whole
thought it was
lineup
going to
for the
5 or 6.
Mavericks was solid. Like this year also is solid. So that's why I was like, okay, we if we can break down if we can break down the twins, the Frogner twins, we'll be fine. But did we? No, because we didn't have Mobley was still injury. Yeah, we're still dealing with that ankle injury. And then we had Al. So, like, don't get me wrong. We had Mobley dealing with his ankle injury. Now we also had Allen still dealing with his little back injury with his back sprain. So Allen couldn't really get up that much, right? So we had to put him in minutes restriction. We had to also put minutes restriction on, Mobley. So we just had Garland and Mitchell playing nearly playoff Jimmy Butler minutes.
Which kudos to Pacers. Y'all they outpaced them I know that's kind of ironic me saying that, but like they switched it up on y'all. They literally outran y'all. They ran y'all out the gym,
Well, yeah,
literally.
because they didn't have nobody. If you go back to those numbers, like if you go back to those numbers, and if you look at that series, you would see that it would be a non-stop who had the better bench because the starters were already there. Like the starters were already there. That both starters were playing their hardest, but it really came down to the bench rotation. But you saw within the bench rotation, the Indy had a better, bench
They
rotational
were just
minute.
all around better than y'all, truthfully.
Like
I
yeah,
ain't
they were
gonna
all
lie.
around, more
Like
healthier, more composed, more.
injuries aside, I felt like Indy would have won that. Granted, I think that would have gone to 7 games
It
if
would
there were
have.
no injuries.
Yeah.
Because starting lineup alone is a tough matchup. And I'm only saying that because obviously you got Hallie going to guard Garland. Or if they really wanted, they could have had Hallie on Donovan Mitchell. I forgot who their two
Oh, that
guard
would have been
was.
a good matchup. Yeah, that would have been a
I
good
forgot who the
matchup.
starting two guard was. But I think the starting small forward was Matherin, right?
Yeah.
He's on your small forward. That would just
Hunter,
equal each other out.
which on
That would have equaled
honestly,
each
I'm
other
gonna get
out.
into him next episode because I'm not even gonna get into him right now. He's
That
not
would
doing
just
what.
equal each other out. Mobley and Siakam, that's a good matchup. I think right now, me personally, I have them like same, truthfully.
Yeah,
But like Mobley's starting to be a little bit better if he gets more consistent on offense. And
which
then out
is very
and
good.
then
It's very
Allen versus
good.
Turner, I'm taking Miles Turner over Jared Allen
Don't get me wrong,
because
I
of
agree
his
with you with that.
stretchability.
I agree with you.
But from top down, like it's a barring no injuries, it would have gone to 7,
It
I
would have gone
think.
to 7.
But it just depends on circumstances, Like we've seen that a lot in the NBA, like in general, like barring injuries, barring like circumstances, like, in the matchups. Like, we've seen it with, I want to say,
The Bucks, look at the Bucks with Dame going
Bucks.
down. Like if
We've
Dame,
seen it with the Bucks on their finals run. Like we've seen
yeah,
that for sure. We've seen it when your Warriors won in 2022. I want to say, like circumstances were there, and y'all capitalized. Like kudos to y'all. So that's the thing. NBA, it just depends on circumstances.
it really does.
That's all it really like. It depends on circumstance. Coaching goes into it, but in a 7 game series, it's kind of hard to really say game plan goes into it because your game plan is going to stay the same, like for the most part.
It's just how can you
It's just
fix it?
little tweaks to like make it better. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I think going for the rest, going to next episode, we'll talk more on NBA. We're gonna transition now to
NFL.
NFL,
Two
which
plays tonight?
which we got to recap. We got to recap, dog.
Ah,
What you doing? We
hey,
got to
hey.
recap.
First of all,
Which I'm
first
gonna recap.
kudos, kudos to Denver. Okay, two reasons why. Two key reasons why.
We gonna get to that game.
Let me just say this real quick because I really need to say this because it's very important. They saved me on fantasy. I know
That's
it's
why
unfair
he's saying
to
kudos to
start.
them because they saved it on fantasy. That's probably the only reason why he's saying that. If they didn't save him on fantasy, you ain't see, you ain't he ain't going to shout him up other than beating the Chiefs. That's the only reason why.
They saved me on fantasy, and they saved me from doing something very embarrassing, which was getting back together with a friend of mine's ex. So thank you for both of that.
I'm not gonna go into that. That's on him. I'm not even gonna go into that.
So
So
thank you, Broncos, for that. You know, you really saved me a good. good mental trauma episode. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys here, boys, but let's get into the recap.
So recapping the Thursday night game, Patriots 27, Jets 14. Patriots are probably one of the hottest teams right now. Like Drake May it is an MVP candidate for a reason. He's arguably this year, I got him in the top three quarterbacks this
He
year.
is, yeah. He's up there with the top three.
So there's not much I can really say on that game.
Me neither.
The international game before all the 1 o'clock games, Dolphins 16, Commanders 13.
Thank you,
Not much to take away.
Dolphins.
Not much to take away, personally. I will say that Marcus Mariota compared to Jaden Daniels is definitely a night and day, I would say. And I would also say that if Tua doesn't turn the ball over, no, Dolphins can be decent at best. That's all I'm gonna say on that game.
Yeah.
Next game, this pissed me off. Steelers 34, Bengals 12. I mean, it was a close game till the second half for the most part. We gotta talk about it. Jamar Chase is suspended this weekend, and he got fined $507,000 for spitting on Jalen Ramsey
Oh yeah,
and
speaking of that too.
openly denying it in the media, basically. So again, this is kind of like the Jalen Carter situation. Only difference is Jalen Carter owned up to it and didn't really lie and say, "Oh no, I didn't do it." But man, Steelers, that's the thing. Steelers are limping right now.
They are. Aaron
They
Rodgers
are.
is out.
Is he confirmed now? I thought he was like questionable.
It's like it's up there. Like it's
He's
50-50.
up there yet.
It's
But
50-50.
this game is Joe Burrow is going to be coming back soon, which that's not good because he can be coming back next week. And if you know next week, that's going to be a tough week. Dang it. This is the next game is very surprising. Jaguars 35, Chargers 6.
I don't want to
Now,
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't
the
want to talk
only
about it.
reason why I'm talking about this is because Jacoby Myers to the Jags was an absolute steal for them. That was an absolute steal for the Jags get get that boy Jacoby Myers. I've been on Jacoby Myers like hype train for a while now. I always liked him, even when he was on the Patriots. He's always been a solid receiver. Like especially like when Travis comes back next year, that that receiving core is gonna be scary.
Ah,
Next game, Bills 44, Bucks 32.
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie. I'm not
I
gonna
expected Bucks
lie.
to
Baker,
put
Baker,
up
Baker, Baker. Hold on. Nah, I gotta talk about it. I got to talk about it. Baker, how are you gonna have a completion rate of 58, no, 57% and only throw for 173 yards when your
yeah,
leading receiver had four receptions and toppest receiving yards was 54 yards. Brother, what happened?
yeah.
Like what happened? I'm sorry.
That that Bills squad, like they've been playing good lights out, man. Especially that defense. So, and even then, like Bucks are missing a decent amount of their key guys on
They are.
offense.
It's just,
Bucky's out. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's out. You know, I
like that
think
defense is
honestly,
not
Emeka
doing nothing.
Ibuka low-key's been took a step back. Truthfully, I feel like Ibuka like took a step back in these past couple games. But Josh Allen with 6 total touchdowns. I'm gonna say this. Now, it may sound like I'm hating on Josh Allen, but those rushing touchdowns from Josh Allen look a lot like how Jalen Hurts was. And this is, you
That's
know,
true. Yeah, yeah.
and y'all called Jalen Hurts a tush push merchant, but like those 3 rushing touchdowns that Josh Allen, he's never had a 5+ yard rushing touchdown this season. He hasn't had a 5+ yard rushing touchdown in a long time. So for y'all to keep saying that Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are the same level rushing wise, they look the same to me.
They do. And also on that key topic, right, of, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, quote unquote, having to use the tush push. I'd also say this though, right?
They can't stop it, why not run it?
Exactly. And also look at Jalen Hurts though. Ever since, we're gonna get into the game, but within this topic of the tush push, they really run it this year. Even though it's like, still playable, they haven't really run it that year.
They barely run it
Like they barely
as
run it.
much.
And look at the O line. We got it's like an off and on O line with the Eagles. Well, also look,
Yeah,
even with like our second stringers, we're still able to get rushing yards, which
yeah.
it's an upgrade from last season. Don't get me wrong, it's a very big upgrade. It's just, that meant it's just that mental mentality that we have now of, hey, look, we need to be more physical on that online, which I'm happy for. Like I'm really, really
Yeah.
happy for us.
Uh, James Cook didn't look like the James Cook we usually saw from this season. So kudos to the Bucks defense for shutting down. I wouldn't say shut down James Cook, but they definitely slowed him down a decent bit.
Yeah.
I will. Oh yeah, Keon Coleman didn't play this game, but I don't think that would have mattered too much.
It really wouldn't.
But yeah, like Josh Allen literally had. Everyone saying, "Oh, Josh Allen has no help." He literally has help, but it's just the fact like he's tr it's like he has help, but like if he sees an opportunity to get it himself, why not do it?
Yeah. Because I'm looking at the scoring breakdown. Through the whole first half, it just looked like it was a touchdown and then a back-to-back touchdown. But with that back-to-back touchdown, we got to understand that Tampa had 17. So for like whatever happened in the second quarter for Tampa to have 17 and then for Buffalo just have 14, dang well Josh Allen had to, he said, okay, the arm isn't working. Let me, hand it off or
He
run
still
it.
threw for 317 yards. So
Yeah. So like, and then if you look at the third quarter, Tampa only had six, and then Buffalo had 10. So whatever, whoever got that touchdown, it seemed like, after that first quarter, Allen and the, Buffalo offense said, okay, let's switch it up. Because, yeah, 300 yards is perfect, but then, like, you go from 7 to 14, 10, and 13, dang well something had to switch. Since I didn't
yep.
watch the game, I don't know what really happened, but at the scoring breakdown, for you to just have a touchdown and a field goal, and then a touchdown and then back-to-back field goals, the Tampa was locking down, yeah, they were locking down the passing, so like, okay, let's switch it up and run. Like you gotta understand that if the air game is not working, and if you look at the scoring breakdown, it also wasn't working that well, they had to switch it up. Because look at the Tampa. They had a field goal to be in the first quarter. Second quarter, it was just 17. So whatever touchdown they had, kudos to them. And then they just stuck with touchdown on field goal because they just had six. So they had to switch it up somehow. And I'm guessing Buffalo locked on. But then when it comes to Buffalo and the offense, they're like, you know what, Allen, let's passing, because you already did pretty good, and it seems like we're getting locked up. Let's start running it, and I'm guessing they always got into field goal range for them to end the second half with just 10 and 13 points. So you got to think about it logical, you know? You can't always keep it with one scheme, keep that going, and then, if they see that's, locking down, you have to switch it. Because if we're gonna really, talk about this, we have to talk about the Eagles game of how it was a whole like it was, you
We're
know,
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
it,
But kudos to the Bills. They adjusted well at halftime,
they really
you know.
did.
But next game, Bears 19, Vikings 17.
JJ,
Basically, Caleb Williams
JJ.
and JJ had pretty much the same stat line. Only difference is that Caleb threw for more yards and JJ had a touchdown and two picks. Now, I will say this. Vikings with JJ is a completely different team than they were with Wentz, like when they first had Wentz starting. And I say that because we've seen Jefferson get a lot more frustrated. He's a lot more frustrated now.
But also, what are you supposed to do with that O line though? That O line for the Vikings is very
It's not as bad as the Chargers O line, that's for sure.
true.
But
It's
even
just
then, it's like
no, no.
it's kind
This is
of
the
tough
thing.
to
This is the thing
really.
that I want everybody to know in the NFL.
It's a division game. That's all that
Yeah, it's a
it
division
is
game.
to it.
And then also NFL fans out there, if you've never touched the football and actually touched pads, don't be complaining, okay, about schemes or, why you're wearing this package until you felt a hit of those shoulder pads or that helmet or anything like that. Y'all can shut the hell up, okay? I'm
Yeah,
tired of everybody on just social media complaining about, oh, so the shoulder pads work, but they're for
first
how
off,
long?
if you didn't have shoulder pads, those hits will be a lot more hurtful.
Like,
You probably have a lot more broken ribs than you can count.
all these casuals out here about, oh, they should have done this package, oh, they should have done this scheme. Until you felt an actual motion hit of those shoulder pads, shut up, okay? Shut up.
Moving on, Texas 13, Titans 13, or Texans 16, Titans 13. Uh, Not really much to take away per se from this game.
CJ,
Calvin Ridley,
CJ, CJ.
Calvin
All I gotta say
Ridley
is
out
just
for this
CJ.
season, so that kind of sucks. That sucks for the Titans, like bad. Now that Calvin Ridley's out for the season, they already were in need of receiver help, and Ridley going down for the rest of this season is tough. I will say that, but there's really nothing to really go off of. Davis Mills played his role, like he did decent in some parts of the game, but then he was trash in other parts of the game. So there's literally not too much to say about that. Moving on. Panthers 30, Falcons 27. Michael Penix out for the season as well. Now that Kirk Cousins is starting, that's going to be interesting, to say the least, for the Falcons, because we've seen what Kirk Cousins can do last season to start off for the Falcons, and then obviously we've seen what Michael Penix has been doing. So I think Falcons might fall off a lot more, but they have upside to get at least one or a couple more wins under their belt,
And
I
then
would say.
also, real quick, just looking at the scoring
That
breakdown
boy
as
Bryce
well.
Young went crazy, you feel me? Lord, I've been waiting for Bryce Young to go crazy. If y'all don't know, I like Bryce Young's game like a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's a bit on the shorter side. He's kind of like Kyler Murray, but 450 yards and three tugs says a lot. You know, he's Rico Dowdle didn't do Rico Dowdle things as he did when he first started going off. But that boy Ted McMillan, 8 catches, 130, and 2 tuds. Hey, that Ted and Bryce Young connection getting stronger every game. I'm telling you,
I mean,
that
especially with the
connection
scoring
getting
breakdown. The scoring breakdown is even crazier. The
my
scoring breakdown is
lord.
even crazier. Because if you think about it, it
First
really
quarter,
came
tud.
down to that third and fourth quarter of who wanted it more.
Oh yeah, third and fourth quarter, literally it just, and then even so, like then the game went to OT. Like, hey, the Panthers were down going into halftime, and then they just found something that worked for them. Like
And
out
then looking at
another
where,
half.
the Panthers are right now in the conference, right? They're
Hmm.
up there for a playoff team. They are
They
up.
could very much well make noise in the playoffs. I really think that. I really think that the Panthers can make noise in the playoffs. It's just if Bryce Young plays like that every game, they can make noise.
Yeah, because
But
right now
if
they're
he
ninth.
plays like how I've been saying that it's been a problem, where he's barely throwing for over 100 yards with no touchdowns, no picks, then I don't think they can make some noise in the playoffs. But if he plays like he did like last this past game, hey, you never know. They might be able to be division leaders by the end of this season.
They low key could because yeah, right now they're ninth. They are ninth. So
They're right there. I could very much see them like taking the division lead over the Bucks, barring any like major like anything for real for them, because they just don't be them.
because yeah, looking at it, Bucks are 6-4. Carolina is 6-5. So
Literally, there's no room for mistake for both teams right now. So there's that.
and then also keeping on like the whole within the Panthers because they're ninth. They literally need Detroit, San Fran, Green Bay, and Seattle. They need four of those teams to lose a game. If those four teams,
Literally a game, and they're going to be in the wild card. They can if season ended after this weekend, and four of those teams lose,
they're in the wild card.
I'm pretty sure they're in the wild card.
They are because yeah,
So
Detroit is 6-4.
literally, AFC and NFC is open this year.
It really
It's
is.
literally open this year. There's no clear cut. Oh, they're Super Bowl favorites.
I
So
mean,
there's
look
that.
at Kansas. Look at Kansas right now. They are 5-5. But if you look at
Yeah,
where they are within,
they're
the
in the hunt
division,
still.
with the division, they're third. They are third in their division.
Yeah, man. So we'll see. Next game, Packers 27, Giants 20. I will say this. I feel like Giants will look, me personally, I think Giants look a lot better with Jameis rather than Russell Wilson. I've been saying that I feel better with Jameis compared to Russell Wilson, even at the start of the year. I would have preferred that. Granted, Jameis can sometimes put the ball in questionable spots in certain parts of the game, but outside of the one game, the Cowboys game, Russell Wilson looked bad, bro. Outside of the Cowboys game, Russell Wilson looks horrible this year. And I think Jameis in this one game, I mean, he didn't throw any tuds. He threw one interception. I think that offense looks a lot better with Jameis in. So even when the Dart comes back eventually, I think you make Jameis your QB2 over Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think that should be clear. If not, like it should be clear by like the next game after that, you know?
Because yeah,
Next
Dart
game,
is out for the season, right?
no, it's just a concussion. He's
But
in
that's the
concussion
thing, though. The
protocol.
amount of times he's been in concussion protocol, though.
I think that's his fourth time this season.
Exactly. So I would just
But
call it
even
a
then, I doubt that the Giants are gonna sit him down for the year. I doubt it.
don't pull
Next
a
game,
Tua. Don't pull a Tua. Be
yeah, don't do
smart.
that.
Don't pull a Tua.
Next game, Rams 21, Seattle, oh, Seahawks 19. This was a horrible game, like for Rams, personally. The fact that you forced Sam Darnold to throw 4 picks and y'all were in a position to lose this game says a lot, bro. That says a lot. Granted, y'all came out to win. Kudos to y'all, you know?
Y'all boys
But
almost
the
went to
simple fact,
OD. Y'all boys
but the
almost went to
simple fact,
OT.
y'all forced 4 turnovers out of Sam Darnold, big 4 picks, and they were still in position to win this game is what's crazy to me.
Nah, because here's the thing, though. We're watching that game live, thinking, oh, that's BTA, right? That's
Nah,
BTA.
I knew that was gonna be a good game. I personally wanted Seattle to win. I just like their squad a lot better, like all around, I would say, compared to the Rams. But Rams, once they get it going, they hot. They're gonna get it going.
This is wild to me, though.
But that,
Because we were watching this game with some Seattle fans at this bar, and just looking at it, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
Rams, like what are y'all boys doing?
this was a that could have gone a bunch of different ways. Rams could had every point in the game to go up by double digits, but they just couldn't capitalize. Which kudos to the Seattle defense, like they locked in when they needed to.
And then yeah, it was battle for first. So the fact that it was also battle for first says a whole lot about the Rams defense. You know,
Oh yeah,
when it's time to lock in, they'll lock in. But then
yeah.
even then, if it's battle for first, and you know what first does for you boys, you guys get that title, and y'all boys also, get the privilege to go, hey, oh you bitch. You bitch. You bitch. You
Moving
really
on,
had to pause like that just to show
moving on.
So yeah, no.
Niners
So
41, Cardinals 22.
we're not even, there's not much to say
There's
about this
not much.
game.
I will say Jacoby Brissett got a pity record. I would say that. The, he went 47 or 57, 452, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, kudos to you for breaking that NFL record for completions in a game, but I mean, when you're down that much, you kind of have to throw the ball. So, but like, if you have Michael Wilson in fantasy this week, hey, he did y'all solid. 15 catches, 185. He did y'all solid. My boy Trey McBride, 10 catches, 115, 1 tug, did his thing. But there's not too much to talk about in that game. We gonna move on to Chiefs Broncos. Broncos 22, Chiefs 19. Chiefs look, I wouldn't say
Horrible.
bad. I wouldn't say
Horrible.
bad,
Horrible.
but they aren't winning the games that they should be winning. I will say that.
Horrible.
I
Patrick
wouldn't say
Mahomes,
bad
put your head
necessarily.
down. Travis Kelce, put your head down. All that Chiefs
Mahomes did
defense,
miss a
put your
decent bit
heads
of
down.
Mahomes did miss a decent bit of passes this time around.
Put
Kelsey did
your
his thing.
motherfucking heads down.
Kelsey did his thing. You can't blame that on Kelsey. Kelsey
No,
went
no,
9 for
brother.
91
No, 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 no,
and a
no, no,
tug.
no, no, no,
I
no, no, no,
wouldn't.
no, no,
Don't blame
no,
that on Kelsey.
no, no, no. Because here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, though.
You can't blame it on just one person alone.
No, 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 no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Chiefs were doing their thing, right? The Chiefs were doing their thing. The Broncos defense know what they were doing. But at the same rate, right?
In
But at
division
the
games,
same rate,
in division games,
at the same rate, y'all are a team that is known for running this division. First of all. Second of all, you
for the
are a
past 10
team. No,
years.
no, no, no. You are a team that's fully healthy. Nobody's injured. Nobody is
Mm,
injured, right? You got to also believe that. Number three, you are dealing with a team that their contract is super high. So because of that, you also got to remember when those contracts are up, what are you gonna do? Because Travis Kelce would probably want more. Patrick Mahomes would also want more.
no, Travis ain't gonna want more. That's for sure. Travis has always been known to be a team guy, so he probably would take a pay cut at the end of the day. Either that or he's gonna retire. So
So that's what I'm saying. You have a full healthy lineup, a full healthy offense. The
for
defense
the
for
first
Broncos is
time in,
banged up, and you
yeah, they have
still
a first fully healthy squad for the first time all this season. Literally all this season, they have a fully healthy lineup.
no. Last week they had a healthy lineup as well. Last week they had a
I mean,
healthy.
last week was last week.
Exactly. Now, if you're gonna, because like you said, all season, last week they had a whole healthy lineup, and what happened?
I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
but even
So
then, it's like
So how are you gonna start
they
off the season? You get it, yeah, injuries, people on probation and all. But now that you have a full healthy lineup, a whole healthy O line, a whole healthy wide receiver, a whole you guys, everybody is there, and y'all still
well,
manage to lose to a banged
that
up
O line's still
defense of our
questionable.
corners, right?
I think that O line's banged up a decent bit, actually. That O line's like banged up a decent, especially on the left side. So from what I've been hearing, and so I would say Mahomes has been running for his life for the past, I don't know, however many seasons now. Like he's literally never had a stable O line throughout the entire season. Granted, injuries are part of the game, whatever.
They really are. But
But
besides the
my
O
thing
line,
is,
your wide receiver core is all healthy. You have everybody back. You have everybody back.
my thing is with the Chiefs offense, uh, we got to run the ball a bit more. I think they have to spread them out and keep them honest with the run. Granted, you don't have the best running backs out here, but Kareem Hunt can still do his thing when he needs to. When you get Pacheco back, he can still do his thing. So it's kind of hard for that offense right now because literally their whole game is just passing the ball for the most part, which if I'm a defense, it's kind of easier to game
Exactly.
plan against.
And then since
But
you
even then, it's
and
like,
then no, that's even then what? Because as long as you trap up, yeah, as long as you trap up Kelsey, I don't think like Mahomes has ever. If you look at the targets for everybody else besides Kelsey, they're getting like 3 or 4 touches.
oh no, Rashid Rice had 9. Xavier Worthy had 5. Hollywood Brown had 4. And everyone else had 3 or less. But
And
even
then look
then,
at Kelsey.
everyone else on those 3 or less, they're not like guys that will like they're like the second string guys.
Yeah,
So the more important guys are getting 5+ like targets. Makes sense, But like my thing is with the Chiefs offense, I feel like they regressed ever since they traded away Tyreek, and I will say that only because I would say they're more the dink and dunk kind of team now, but I would say like they're not pushing the ball as much, which I get granted this year they're trying to, especially with guys like Xavier Worthy and like Tyquan Thornton, who's been solid this year. I will say that Thornton's been really solid for them. But other than those two guys, they don't have like an actual deep threat, a consistent deep threat to really keep the defense honest. So literally everything 20+ yards like downfield
it's
is
Kelsey.
no. Kelsey's usually that 10 to 20 like mid in or out like kind of passes. or even less, and he just makes a move to make it a lot more. I would say that the Chiefs offense, if I'm passing the ball, obviously you let Kelsey do his thing. That's a given. Kelsey, he even though it looks like he's been slowing down, he really hasn't. He really hasn't. But I will get the receivers in space a lot better because these guys, if you get them in space, they're a problem.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've also
That's the
realized.
one thing that I would
Why are you
say
doing
this year.
why are you barely like you guys have a big old field to play with. Why are you keeping receivers close to each other? Like why?
Yeah,
Because
that's
look at
probably
that
the
one
biggest thing
possession,
that the
right?
Chiefs
That
like.
one
That's
possession
the
where
biggest thing for
people
the Chiefs
where
right
your
now.
running back, yeah, where your where your and both inside receivers supposed to do a slant, and instead of giving them an outside end post slant, you make them collide in the middle. And what happened? There was no read. Like there was no read. They collided in the middle. You know,
Yeah, it's that's my biggest thing with Chiefs offense. This like for the past couple seasons is spreading the ball out. And I wouldn't. I'm not saying targets. Targets as a receiver, you're gonna get yours some games, and then you're not going to get yours the other games. Whatever, you know. But like at least spread the field,
yes.
which I seen them. They've been trying to do it a lot more, so I can't really hate on that. And they've been trying to push the ball downfield, so it's kind of. I think they're in that area where it's like they're trying to figure out what's their identity on offense. What's their consistent identity, I should say. So I will say that. So, but kudos to the Broncos for playing good defense. Bo
Yeah.
Nix was, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say underwhelming. I wouldn't say underwhelming. He did his thing. Don't get me wrong. He did his thing.
Fantasy savior. Fantasy
But
savior.
if Bo Nix ain't pushing the ball downfield, I don't think they're winning that game, truthfully.
No,
And I'm
no.
saying that because the run game doesn't look subpar.
Well, okay, I would say this though. I would say this. Yeah,
Their
we
running game looks subpar, bro.
it
And
looks
then their
50
passing
50.
game
It
obviously
looks 50-50. Well,
is
also,
what's saving them.
while also, you got to keep in mind, you got to keep in mind, right? That run game, you know, RG Harvey, he's trying to get the reads. Like, don't get me wrong. He's trying to do what he did with the when he was here in UCF, you know, when he was
Different speed, by the
different
way.
speed.
Different speed of games.
While also, you got to understand, right? The O line, it's giving them gaps, but the Chiefs are blitzing a lot. So because since they're blitzing a
Which
lot,
again, kudos to the Chiefs on those on the run defense because
yeah, like they're blitzing a
my
lot,
opinion,
so
Chiefs got probably one of the better run defenses in the game right now.
they really do. Like they know how to blitz properly. So I can't blame them. Like I can't blame the O
Spags got
line
them
or
going.
like
Spags is probably the reason why they in a lot of these games. It's just that offense is just they need a consistent like identity
they
on what to
do.
do on
Which don't get me
offense.
wrong, they're finding it. Like they're getting there. They are
They're
getting there.
starting to find it, especially towards the end. Going into this last part of the season, I think Chiefs are going to turn it up. There's no doubt in my mind Chiefs have the ability to turn it up to the last half of the season, but you can't keep relying on your defense to like save you.
Yeah, you guys really
We
can't.
could say the same thing about both of our teams, but we'll get into that. But again, I will say this for the Broncos. That passing offense is what's saving you, but that's not going to be it probably won't be there like too much by the time playoffs
Left
comes
around.
around.
While also saying that, you also gotta remember, right? You know, it's not all really that, you know, their fault with the O-line, right? Because you gotta remember they're still dealing with IR players with the O-line, which, you
Yeah.
know, they're
And then
making
I
it work.
think JK's out for the year,
Yeah, like
Dobbins is
they're
out
making
for the
it
year.
work. They're making
So
it work. So once again,
they're doing what they need.
like they're doing what they're doing, but that next season,
This is the
so
game I wanted to cover. This is my Ravens.
go for it.
Ravens 23, Browns 16.
Choking.
Uh it's an in division game. So, like I said last week, it can go either way. In division games, especially AAC North, we are probably the most competitive division. All your
Besides the
other
NFC
divisions,
East, but
hell no. But I will say those two picks by Lamar, they tipped off. They got tipped at either at the line of scrimmage or it was just the receiver. So every Lamar interception besides one or two for the past two this season and then past two seasons I will say all of them but two are not his fault. I'm gonna say that. Not his fault. Because if you look at the amount of tip passes, the amount of like receiver having brick hands sometimes, and then one just actually being stolen out of Justice Hill's hands. Like outside of those kind of interceptions, there's like one or two that I would say are his fault. But
real
other than that,
bias. I'm hearing some. I'm reading of.
look at the analytics, look at the stats, and I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm reading of some real bias right now. I'm hearing. Hey.
First off, I will never be biased, and you know that from me.
But it's your Ravens, so dang well. You want to defend that man like there's no tomorrow. You,
First off, I'm saying this was a horrible game, so I don't want to hear nothing.
mm,
This
but
was
but them
really
tip passes. You're telling me, right? You're telling me that them tip passes are also like, yeah, it's the receiver's fault for not catching the ball. But don't you also think it's also a little bit of, Lamar's in like also his fault because of the way that he throws the ball? No, don't you think? No, no, don't you? No, like I'm just saying.
either you're delusional or you're dumb. Because if you if you think that's Lamar's fault, then you is stupid. He's literally one of the best passers in the game. After a running back, as some of y'all call him, he's literally one of the best passers in the game. He has the best passer rating in the whole history of the NFL. For y'all saying, "Oh, he it's the way he throws his pass," bro. He's throwing balls like anyone else would. He's putting it in position for only the receiver to catch it like any other quarterback would. This is it unfortunate circumstances that it tips off their hands or it tips off like one of his old linemen's big heads, like big helmets. Okay. Like granted, that's part of the game. Whatever. But like even then, Lamar is probably one of the is literally the best one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a reason. He's literally top five in the league for a reason. So for y'all to say that, oh, can we really blame? Yes, we can to only a certain extent. You know,
Extent, extent.
oh, you literally don't watch the game how I do, and which is very much like we could very much see and tell. But this was a game that's it's an individual game, so it can go either way. I will say that we did look a lot better towards the end, especially defensively.
I mean,
But Derrick Henry,
you guys
18 for
were,
103 and a
yeah,
touch.
y'all were
Derrick
guarding
Henry
up
did his
Shadir
thing.
Sanders. Okay, Shadir Sanders. It was his first few reps, so yeah, you guys had that easy opportunity to play that.
Easy is crazy, but nothing in the NFL is easy.
I mean, we saw that game live. We saw that game. You saw
But
what you guys were
even
boys were
then,
doing. Okay, so
exactly, he came back and won. Cry about it. Lam- Mark Andrews with his first rushing touchdown of his career on that fake tush push formation. I mean, hey, that's what sealed the game for us. Obviously, we got to talk about Dylan Gabriel. He got put in concussion protocol after the first half. Shador had to come in and make something out of nothing, because that's literally what the Browns had to do, make something out of nothing. And I would say, was it a bad debut? Yes. But you got to think, as any other team would, if you see a rookie quarterback behind that O line who was struggling this entire game, best believe we gonna put pressure on him. Best believe we gonna send everything at him. We gonna make him uncomfortable. Like so.
Pause.
First off, if you take it,
Pause.
first off, if you think of it that way, you just have a dirty mind. You don't know, and that's on you. So him throwing 4 for 16 for only 47 yards and a pick. Was he making correct throw like reads? Half
No.
the time, yes. Half the time, no. That pick that he threw, I that was on him. If I were him looking back at that play, I would have thrown that check down, have the guy in the check down make a play instead of trying to push it to that out route to one of your receivers downfield. And then that throw at the end of the game on that 4th and 5, you had Jerry Judy open on that out route again,
Mhm.
but you threw it to that 5'8" receiver that y'all got versus arguably one of the better surprise corners this year in Chidobe Awuzie, who's been playing lights out for us. I mean, he's got the starting spot for the game this weekend, so we'll
Who's they
see what
play?
a
Who do
full
they play?
game. I think it's the Raiders, but
Yeah.
Max Crosby, Max Crosby gonna try to take his head off. But like that was literally his first time getting reps with the first team. Well, if you're a backup, that makes sense. Because if you're a backup, you're only getting reps with the second string. You're not really getting reps with the first string. So I won't say I blame him, and that's totally his fault.
Nah, it's just
But
more of coaching.
it's
This
just
is it
more
is more of
coaching and
coaching.
circumstances. I will say that, and I will say that it might be a difference in this next game that he's had time to prepare for with the first team. So it might be a difference. You never know. Like we seen flashes. We seen flashes in preseason. We've seen a little bit of flashes when he came in versus the Ravens. So you never know. Next game, Eagles 16, Lions 9. Uh my thoughts on this game is that
Shut up with the refs ball us out. Shut up with the whole ref bullshit. Shut up. Shut up.
I
Shut
I
up.
agree. I don't agree with that. And I say this because we can't was that really PI? A little bit, yes. Yes. So I understand that. But as Eagles fans, we gotta know when we wrong here. And this time we are wrong. And I will say that because look at the first time we played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Bradbury, same situation. So we can't be being delusional and like, oh, that's not blah blah blah. We've gone through this before. We had that happen to us before on a bigger stage. So we gotta realize when, yes, they may be right. You know what I mean? But at the same time, on the other side, I will say we can't let the refs decide the game. Granted, did the Lions have a chance technically? Yes, but that's the thing. They would have to drive downfield to get a touchdown. And the defense was already playing lights out. So I guess if you want to argue that, go ahead. You know,
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Okay. Yes. Was it a dogfight? Yeah. To start off the game. Yeah. Well, also, all we Detroit Lions fans. Y'all gotta be quiet for three reasons. Number one, last year when y'all crowned yourself the NFC Conference champions, y'all got the number one seed. Y'all were hyping yourselves up about, oh, the NFC has to run through us. What did y'all do? Y'all got BTA by the line by the Commanders. Number one.
Well,
Number two.
I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't say that's a good reason. Only because yes, they did get beat, but I would say that is it good to have a bye in the playoffs? Yes, but for like obviously like health reasons, whatever. But if you know the team that's coming into your house is hot, then it's hard to stop that, you
No,
know?
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So I would
Lions
say
fans,
I wouldn't
all
blame
y'all did,
that.
right? All the media did, and all y'all did was glaze the fuck out of
Okay,
y'all
don't do
team.
that hand motion ever again. I saw that. Don't do that again. Number one. But even then, they are rightfully so. You feel me? They are rightfully so. On paper, I will say that the Lions probably have a better,
Yeah, they do.
somewhat squad
But that's what I'm
on
saying
paper.
though. Y'all, if you're
But
gonna
that's
run your
the
mouth,
thing.
right? Let us play. And what did we did? We played. Yes, with their bullshit calls? Yes, but y'all also gotta remember. Y'all also gotta remember. Most of your games came down to what? Physicality. And within that physicality, were y'all guys able to match it? No. Because why? We were able to
Most of
go.
their close games, I will say. Most of their close games. Because in games that wasn't close, it's like they start off the gate hot.
Mm,
Which, like I said last week, if Lions started off hot versus us, it would have been a long day, which kudos to defense for not letting them do that. This was completely, this game really was trying to see who, like, which offense will get off to a hot start faster, which neither team did. I will say that. And that's kudos to both defenses.
yeah, kudos to the
Both
Lions
defenses
defense.
played
It's just like
played well.
if you're just gonna run your mouth, let the game do the talking. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. There
They've been doing
was
that all year, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's up there. But like that's the thing. Like going to this game, they knew it was going to be a hard game, especially playing at the link, especially with those weather conditions, because those weather conditions definitely change a lot, like for the game, which is understandable. But we, but what I won't, but I will say this: this was I wouldn't say a bad game all around. I would say it had that same feeling of
playoff
the
game.
Packers game
Yeah.
last week, where no one could really get it going like consistently.
And also
I,
Lions fans, my bad for cutting off, but Lions fans, y'all gotta remember, Detroit gets much colder than Philly. So,
they
like,
play in a dome though. They
no,
play in
that's
a
what I'm
dome.
saying though. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even though y'all play in a dome, y'all guys' weather, right, is much colder, and you guys do outside practice. So since you guys do outside
No, they practice
practice,
inside. They practice inside.
they practice inside?
Yeah,
No, because
they
in
have,
and
they have
Hard
an indoor
Knocks.
training
Oh no,
facility.
that was a while back. Yeah, because I'm thinking of the while back of Hard Knocks when you guys were practicing outside in the cold. Yeah, you guys.
No,
Okay,
they practice inside.
okay.
But even then, weather can it play a factor? Yes, but I just think that defenses play a lot well, like very well. So I will say that neither offense could really get it going per se. I will say this was a bad game for Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts only because that this was going to be a game where it was going to be all on you, truthfully, because the run defense for the Lions is one of the best in the league. So it was going to be all on you. So there's that. Jared Goff, I would say that if you were to attack us out in any way on defense, it would be through the air, which you kind of did that because you threw up because you had 255 in a tud, but you had that one interception.
Which the interception, I'm not gonna lie, as as it might be, yeah, it should have been roughing the passer. Don't get me wrong, it should have been.
Yes,
Like
I will
we
agree on that. That
we
should
got
have
there
been
late.
roughing the
Well,
passer.
also you gotta also understand, right? Montgomery, David Montgomery. You also kind of set that up as well because you look like
Yeah,
you're a pass protector. So, Brandon
I
McGinn
think
couldn't
he
see
was
that.
in a checking release. I think that's
Yeah.
what he was
So
on.
because of
Which,
that, we
eh,
already had the mindset of blitzing no matter what. Like we already had that game plan. Now, if you saw BG was
even
already
then, we
there.
don't blitz a lot like that.
We
Truthfully,
don't. So the fact that we did it like that, you can't lie to us. We didn't know because it looked like it was a check down block. So we're okay. So we gotta because they had both our running backs out there. So like okay,
yeah,
we're gonna do like a play action type play. So okay, let's blitz. So we already had that mindset going into that play, into that drive. But then what happened? Montgomery came out, blocked a little bit, and then went out
mhm,
and curled. So with that curl, we can't stop momentum. Once we saw the ball snap, we can't stop momentum.
yeah,
So yeah, like it's 50-50 with that play. So I understand the no call, but yeah, it should have been roughing the passer.
yeah,
For Lions fans, I can agree with that, but also you gotta also put a little blame on Montgomery because he did that check block, and with that check block, like we can't stop our speed. We can't stop our
no.
speed like at all.
But
So
overall, it was a really defensive minded game. I knew that going into this game, so I couldn't really say much. If we lost, I would have understood. Truthfully, if we lost, I would have
mhm.
understood that. But the fact that we won and I wouldn't, we limped to the win again, back to back weeks. We limped to the win is kind of scary considering like the rest of the season will look.
And
And
on
like I
top
said,
of that, it's almost playoff time because.
yeah, but Saquon had a decent game, 26 carries, 83 yards, no tuds, unfortunately. But at the same time, it's like it's touchdowns are overrated stat in my opinion. But that's it's whatever. Let this game really again, you can't let it come down to the refs making that call.
You really can't.
We literally so all the Eagles fans, I will say that to run your mouth over that call is very much stupid.
I mean, the
Only
only reason,
because we know we literally seen the other end of it on a bigger stage. We
like,
literally seen the other end of it on a bigger stage
I'm just
with
gonna say
Bradbury
this. I'm
was
just gonna say
holding.
this. As a Eagle fan that, is on some sides of the Eagles community of, that should have been a no call. The only reason why I'm saying, in my opinion, that should have been a no call is for two reasons. Number one, yeah, we were hand fighting, and yeah, it was pretty late. But also, you also gotta remember before they even snapped the ball, if you looked at his feet, they jumped. So when I when
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying.
you can make a
Like so
like
you
argument
can make
for
that
that.
opinion of look, if you're gonna call the game, look at the feet. Because he jumped a little bit, first of all, and then
You could
second of
literally, but
all,
here's the thing though.
no, no,
You could
no.
literally call offside. You could literally call holding on every play if you look back at it.
No,
That's
that's what
one.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But if you look at it in real time, that wasn't offside.
It wasn't
Truthfully.
offsides, and that's what I'm just saying. It wasn't, but then also they were hand fighting. But you also got to remember, while they were hand fighting, there was I want to say holding, but more PI on the offense when they were ready to push off.
Yeah,
If you saw
yeah,
his
that should have been PI on offense, truthfully.
yeah,
But
because you
at the
saw his
same
arms.
time,
The arms were already
it's
getting ready to extend,
it's a
and then
50-50 call, like for like the PIs there. I would say the only other argument I would say is like, what is that catchable ball? Which it was.
It
It was a catchable
was.
ball for both. But at the same time, again, you can't let that be in the ref's hands. So I understand Lions fans on that. Like I understand why y'all are frustrated. But even then, you gotta look at the circumstances. Like, okay, we punt the ball, right? Y'all gotta go however many yards downfield, score a touchdown, which literally the whole game you haven't.
You guys have opportunities.
So it's
And then
literally
also,
comes down to that.
you gotta remember that Nolan Smith holding call that you guys got, right? When you guys got that additional yards, you guys could have abused the run game because Nolan Smith was not in, or Jordan Davis. We did not have
Yeah.
neither of them in. Y'all could have taken abuse, but what did you guys decide to do? Y'all just decided to throw it. So it's more of
Which
like
if I'm the Lions, if I'm Dan Cable, I would want to throw it too because you got, especially like against like our secondary, I will feel more comfortable passing the ball than running. 'Cause even if Jordan Davis or Nolan Smith isn't in there, because like especially with how Eagles secondary has been playing, it's wishy-washy,
it is.
especially on the other outside corner play. That's always been a problem for Eagles, no matter what.
No
It's
matter.
always been a problem. So literally, if I'm Lions, I would either have, I would have JMO, whatever, put him whatever, wherever. It doesn't really matter. I have Amon Ra. I think Quinyon Mitchell was following Amon Ra for most of the game, if I'm
Yeah,
not
he
mistaken.
was. Yeah.
So literally, look at JMO, look at whoever your other receiver was, if it wasn't your slot receiver, spread them out, spread the Eagles defense out. Oh, who's being guarded by Adoree Jackson? All right, cool. Like, target him. That's literally what the Lions should have done if they were to throw it, but I don't blame them. So again, it all comes down to the circumstances on that, which either way, Lions, y'all are in a no-win situation because number one, you had to stop us like at that late in the game, which it was going to be hard to do anyway.
It
And number
really
two,
was.
if y'all got the ball back, y'all would have to score a touchdown, drive down the field and score a touchdown, which you guys didn't do the whole game. So
How many times you guys
I
had to punt? That's the real question. No,
exactly.
Lions fans out there. Scratch off all that PI. Look at how many times you guys barely got to do a first down through the whole game. Through the whole game. How many first times did you guys get? Because if I'm not questioned, half of the game you guys had to punt. If I'm not corrected, half of the game you had to punt, and also most of the time, what was happening on fourth downs? Instead of y'all being logical and taking the
They
field goal.
had they were they had 13 first downs. They were 3 for 13 on third down.
Yeah, 3 for 13.
And I would say they were 0-5 on four when they
Yeah,
went for it
so
on fourth down.
shush. Y'all known for being a physical team on third and fourth downs. Shush. Shut up. Shut up.
But even then, I would say that was Eagles' game to lose either way, I would say. But
Yeah, it was our game to lose. But that's what I'm saying though.
but it just
If
depends
y'all
on
gonna complain,
circumstances.
at least have a good reason to complain. Don't just bring up the fact. Yes, us Eagles fans, when it comes to the Super Bowl, we complain about the fact. But it was also because of how the game was going back and forth. We were having back-to-back games for both Patrick and Jalen, while also seeing everybody else go off in a way where they haven't like. If you look at every other Super Bowl. That Super Bowl was the most back-to-back Super Bowl where you can kind of say if it went to OT, the game would have been more entertaining. Like you gotta be really honest with you guys. That Super Bowl was the most entertaining besides maybe the Tom Brady era. But besides that era, that was the only Super Bowl where people didn't even know who was gonna win. Like it was so close that nobody knew who was gonna win. Like you gotta keep it that truth. So for it to be a regular season game, yes, there was a bunch of storylines, but the storylines more came down to who wants it more. How are you gonna go from who wants it more to barely having that mentality of who you guys are? You guys made yourselves as a team that whenever it's come down to the key moments, y'all get physical. Y'all were barely physical. Y'all barely did shit. And then on Key's place where you guys were in field goal range, first of all, and second of all, the wins were not that bad to where you guys still could have
No,
kept.
it was bad. It was bad. Throughout the entire game, it was somewhat bad. Throughout the entire game, the wins were very much affecting a lot. But even then, you shouldn't be in a position to where you have to. I don't mind that. That's the thing. I wouldn't mind going for it on fourth down. But like, at least then, like, I would say if you're gonna go for it, and you already failed. Like, if you failed the first two times, and you know you can get it this third time, all right, cool. But if you go for it and fail four times in a row, barring a fifth time, it's like, at what point do we just like,
Call
hey,
it a day. Yeah, just call it a fucking day.
call, you might as well kick a field goal, or you might as well punt it and let your defense do its thing. But it just depends on circumstances. Last game, Cowboys 33, Raiders 16. I had a feeling Cowboys were going to win this.
I'm not even
And
gonna not that whole game. Thank God I slept.
Prescott, Dak looked like the Dak that he needed to be. 268 and four touchdowns. And then you had Javonte Williams do his thing, 22 carries, 93 yards. George Pickens and CD went, well, George Pickens mostly with nine catches, 144 and a tud.
Hey, not gonna
And then
lie,
CD, five
not
catches,
not
66
not gonna
and a
lie,
tud.
not gonna lie. I think George is becoming the number one wide receiver. I
No,
think.
no, I wouldn't say that. Did Pickens have a better matchup? Yes, but I wouldn't say he's number one. It just depends on the matchup at the end. Because you gotta think CD is gonna have safety help a lot more compared to George Pickens. Because CD's gonna be their top priority. If I'm a defense, I'm if I'm a defense, I'm having safety help for CD compared to
Mm.
George Pickens because you can't leave CD in one-on-one situations. I'm fine with leaving George Pickens in one-on-one situations, even though he's better at like 50-50 balls. Because again, you're throwing a 50-50 ball every time compared to CD. So I don't mind that. What I don't like is the simple fact Genty had 6 carries for only 7 yards. Those blocking schemes on those run plays are questionable
They really
alone.
are.
But at the same time, it is Chip Kelly. Whatever.
We don't. We
It's
don't.
Chip Kelly as the OC.
We.
Whatever.
Mhm.
Geno Smith looks bad, truthfully. Even though he went for 238 and a touchdown, he also had a pick in which he leads the league in interceptions.
Well, what are you supposed to do when you got Mister does not know how to run a scheme for his fucking life, Chip Kelly? Like.
Okay, I wouldn't blame that all on Chip Kelly. I would say Brock Bowers did his thing
Well,
somewhat.
no, yeah, you can't blame it
Seven
all
catches,
on
seven
Chip.
for 72 yards. Trey Tucker, I want to see him get involved a lot more, especially now that they traded away Jacoby Myers. I want Trey Tucker to be your number one guy outside of Brock Bowers because Trey Tucker can literally is your literally I would say rack guy. Get him in space and he can do a lot for you. And then I forgot they also have Tyler Lockett, but
But he's not
even
getting
then he's
touches.
not the same.
He's not getting touches.
But if I'm Raiders, I'm trying to get another receiver to help open up that.
Yeah.
Like the
I'm
ball,
sorry.
like the
No, here's
field.
my question. Right? Here's my question. Here's my question. Raiders fans out there, Raiders fans. I know we're probably gonna get some Raiders fans out there. Please, just let me know, right? When it comes down to being a Raiders fan, where does the pain level start? Because I'm not gonna lie with you guys. I
Y'all
think
had
it's
some great weapons at one point on your squad. Yeah, literally after the Bo Jackson era, and y'all like besides that era, the best era for y'all to like win was when y'all had Derek Carr, y'all had Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller was still at the top of the league. Like, you had, did they have Amari Cooper still? I
I
don't
think
remember.
so. But
Y'all
yeah,
had Amari at one point.
like
I think y'all signed AB at one point. If AB played for y'all, that would
like
have been solid.
when
Like
does when
Devontae
like
Adams, when y'all had him, like
don't get me wrong,
barring
right? Y'all want to
circumstances,
be loyal.
like,
I understand it. Loyal is the best thing. Well, at the same
mhm.
time, when do you guys call it quits? Like, don't get me
Same
wrong.
time when Browns fans and Jets fans call it quits. Never.
Like, don't get me
They
wrong,
gonna
right?
stay loyal until like they die.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. You guys are with the Jets, Browns, maybe yeah, Jets, Browns. You guys are up there. Well, at the same time, Jets and Browns, they already know that every year it's questionable for them. They already know. Like it's already grained into their scheme. But you
Jets
guys,
haven't been good since Joe Namath. Browns are
like,
gonna be Browns.
you guys actually have the core. And then even every offseason, you guys always make good headlines. Like you guys always make moves that are important for you guys. But instead of doing that and using them, you guys rather release them, trade them, or don't even give them PT. But then it's like, okay, why spend your time on this and this, but never actually build like a whole scheme or get a coaching around their scheme? Because you guys have weapons, but at the same rate, when does those weapons come to use? Because don't get me wrong, this year's team, you guys have a good team. You guys have a system.
I wouldn't say that.
While
I wouldn't say that.
also, well, also, it's like,
This is the start of their rebuild, I think. I think trading for Gino, and then obviously like drafting Gentry, this is gonna be a rebuild. But at the same time, it's like at what point do we say let's clean house? Let's actually like rebuild. Like some of our veteran guys we gonna let go of. Like I kind of get trading away Jacoby Myers, but at the same time, it's like he's still young enough where you can rebuild around him with your
yeah,
receiving core.
like that's what I'm
But
saying. Like
again,
you
it
guys
just
always
depends.
make smart moves, but then when do you guys just call it quit of I can't, I can't
They
get
gotta
back.
commit to fully rebuilding, truthfully. Like at some point, you gotta commit to fully rebuilding, which I think with the Jacoby Myers trade, I think that's what we're gonna start doing. I think they're probably gonna let go of Max Crosby soon. So we'll see when time comes.
But
We
no,
going
like down
we
below,
gonna
Raiders
look.
fans, just down below, give us your feedback, please, please.
We gonna preview this week's game, which tonight is Bills Texans. I got Bills.
I got Texans,
And then Sunday, obviously, we got Colts Chiefs. I think Chiefs are gonna have a bounce back game.
JT, Jonathan Taylor.
If they can shut down Jonathan Taylor, they're gonna shut down Danny Dimes. Truthfully, Steelers versus Bears. I honestly have.
Steelers.
I think Bears can win this. They can win this. It just we'll see if Aaron Rodgers is playing. Patriots Bengals. I have Patriots.
Bengals. because
Okay.
Big Joe is supposed to be back, so that's gonna be really
I
fun.
don't think he's playing this game though.
We'll see, because he is
He
like
shouldn't. I would if I'm Bengals, I would wait till next week
who
because
the
this is his first full week of practice. I would not throw him into the fire this week. Throw him into the fire next week. Jets Ravens, obviously, I'm taking my Ravens.
Boo, boo.
Seahawks Titans. Seahawks Titans, I'm taking Seattle.
Seattle.
Vikings Packers is an interesting game. I think Packers can win this
They got no Josh
game.
Jacobs though. That's the thing. They got no Josh Jacobs.
True that, but I still think Packers can win that one.
Nah, no Josh Jacobs. I'm going JJ.
Giants Lions, taking Lions.
Lions.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Giants can pull out a
I
win.
mean, the way that they played last week, yeah, they got that dog. Someone they got that dog.
Jaguars Cardinals, I'm taking Jags.
It's a tank ball, so I got Cardinals.
Browns Raiders. I want truthfully I'm taking Browns.
I got Raiders.
Truthfully, I'm taking Browns. Falcons Saints toss up, but I think
Kurt,
Falcons have better offensive firepower.
Kurt.
So there's that. Eagles Cowboys. Okay. Here's where I think it's a toss up. We're playing in AT&T Stadium. We're playing in Dallas. Offense doesn't look hot right now. Defense is what's saving us. I think we might split with the Cowboys, truthfully.
I think we might. I agree.
So I
I
think we
agree.
could, I think we lose this game, but if we win, I won't be shocked as much. But there's a chance we lose this game. I'm not surprised with that.
I mean, I would say this though, right? I would say this. I would say this. Yes, it might sound like, I'm defending the heck out of the Eagles, which I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not. It's just more of the logic of things of when it comes to our playing
That
scheme.
Dallas offense looks hot right now, so I think they're gonna come out the guns blazing. And we saw with how it was the first time we matched up, which was opening night. That Cowboys offense was firing against
It
us, so
was
I
they
think,
were firing.
but I think they
you gotta
can
keep in
win
mind.
this.
You do have to keep in mind though. You do have to
Don't
keep in
say we
mind.
didn't have Jalen Carter because
No,
I
no, it's not that. It's
that
not that. It's
doesn't
not that. It's
matter.
not that. It's not that. It's just the first matchup, they didn't have their two wide receiver duos. So we never had to we never knew how. Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
CD
Yeah, they
was
did.
playing.
Yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure they did.
I'll check it later. If I'm wrong next week, I'll find out or not. But yeah, it just seems like we were prepared for their duo, I guess, but at the same rate, it's just more of, that blitz ratio, going from a zone blitz to a man blitz. It's just
I
like
would not go for. I would not. That's the thing. Eagles, we play zone a lot more, so I wouldn't be surprised if we play zone. That's
I'm not mad
the
about it.
right
Like,
thing.
don't get me
But
wrong,
we
I'm
can't play
not
man to
mad
man.
about what we
We
do.
can't play man to man against this Cowboys offense. So I don't expect, again, like I've been saying, I I'm not expecting to lose, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost this one and split.
Yeah, and also
Bucks, Rams,
I won't be surprised if, if we not split, but it comes down to like a field goal or a touchdown.
yeah. Bucks, Rams, I'm taking Rams.
Rams.
And then
Baker,
Panthers,
don't get me
Niners.
wrong. Baker, you're cooking. Don't get me wrong, Baker, you're cooking. It's just like that mental battle. I'm taking the Rams.
And then
Cause
Panthers, Niners, I'm taking Niners.
yeah, nine. Well, Panthers is like don't get me wrong, right? All the
Panthers can win this.
yeah,
If
like
you
they really can because think about it. We kind of doubted them also against the Falcons. Like, don't get me wrong, like the Falcons, Even though their defense wasn't that strong, they still hold the Panthers to go to OT. So
Yeah, both teams are coming in hot right now. It's a simple fact. Which I would say which quarterback
wants it
is
more.
going to be which quarterback is going to be consistent and like change the game for him.
Exactly.
If Bryce Young played how he did, like how he did last week, okay, yeah.
That's why like
But
it's
that's the thing. If the Niners played how they did last week, like in the whole as a whole, I'm taking Niners. But this is a toss-up game. I
it
think it can
really
go
is.
either
That's why
way.
that's why it's like 50-50 with the both of us because like it
I
can't
can
just go
see
either way.
arguments for
It's like
both.
it's just more of
I
which
can see
QB
arguments
wants
for
it
both.
more.
I can see arguments for both. Period.
Mm.
Moving on, we gonna go into college football and college
No,
basketball.
no, 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 no,
I don't
no,
want to hear that from you.
no.
You been covering them. We gotta cover it. I don't
Ah,
care about your Michigan, so I'll probably tune out for that anyway.
you go.
Penn State,
My emotions are pissed.
Penn State. You feel me? I would say recapping last week with Penn State. Good win, solid win over Michigan State. You feel me? Solid win. I think going into this week, we played Nebraska. Nebraska's they're solid, so I think that could be a tough game for us. And I wouldn't be surprised. Literally this year, I don't. We're not going to go to a bowl game. I don't think so. I don't have too much expectations with this game. So there's that. But I wouldn't be surprised. But I would be shocked if we win. I'm not expecting to win per se, but I wouldn't be shocked if we won and upset Nebraska, basically. A former head coach of us, James Franklin, is going to be with Virginia Tech. Shout out, coach. He's, that's my dog. Hey, I got a couple years of eligibility if you want a running back. I got, I still got gas in the tank. Give me like rest of this season, going to next season. Hey, hit me up. I can get in shape. If you give me the rest of this season and then going into next season, let me know. I can get in shape just like that. So like
Ah.
so if you need a running back at Virginia Tech, hey, let me know. I wouldn't mind coming out to enter Sandman because that stadium be rocking, you feel me? So let me know, coach. I got you. Say the word. You know I'm gonna always rock with you.
This sucks. This actually sucks. You lucky for your Penn State boys. Woo!
I don't expect much for us for the rest of this season, so I wouldn't say all that.
Uh,
We literally have technically 3 games left, so I'm not expecting too much.
unbelievable though. Unfucking believable. Fuck this shit. Man, I don't know how. Michigan. Michigan.
Well, first though, I wouldn't say too much, cause like Northwestern's solid. They're not
No.
the best, but they're not the
Don't get
worst.
me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Their squad is tough. Their whole lineup is tough. It's just
Exactly. They
brothers.
play tough defense.
No, that's
So
what I'm
for y'all
saying.
to go
No, no,
into
no, no, no.
Northwestern and
That's
come
what I'm
out to
saying.
win,
That's what I'm saying.
who
That's what I'm
knows?
saying. We came into this game knowing that we can't make no mistakes. Like we really can't. We came into this game knowing that we're still ball eligible, first of all. Second of
First
all,
off, y'all better than bowl eligible at this point in the season. Like
no, that's
y'all
what I'm
have a
saying though.
chance to make CFP.
We're up there for a whole lot. It's just the emotions that I'm seeing. Lord, Oh, Bryce. Hey,
He's a
King.
freshman.
He's a
He's a
freshman. I
freshman.
understand. Well, also a five-star recruit freshman. Your numbers.
It don't matter how many stars you got next to your name. We literally see no star recruits play like out they mind. Jay Jettas, for example. Like we literally see no stars play out they mind. So we can't say, oh, he a 5 star. He should be playing like this. You
No,
should
I'm
have
not
no
saying he shouldn't.
expectation.
No, I wasn't gonna be saying he shouldn't be playing like this. I was just gonna be saying he should be understanding the schemes as if, no, boy,
First
boy.
off,
First off, no.
first off, I
First
don't
off,
want to hear that. Did you play college ball? No. So come from someone that played actual college ball. Exactly. Shut your mouth. Know your role.
screw
You play
you.
only high school ball. So for you to say, oh, you got to know your scheme, first off, it's a different level and different speed of the game from high school to college. That's non-debatable at that point. Granted, should you know the scheme at this point in the year, week
Yes.
12? Yes. But at the same time, he's only a freshman. They're not going to open up the playbook so much to the point where he's going to know everything. You feel me?
Which I like is
Which is
understandable. Don't get me
understandable.
wrong.
You're
No,
a
no, no, no.
freshman.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's fully understandable of like what we're doing. It's fully understandable. It's just more of brother. You are giving. We give you the playbook. We don't even. If you've seen our games, we don't call the plays no more. We're letting him call the plays. We just tell him
That's a lot. That's a lot. Y'all definitely call the play. If you look on the sidelines and you look at like who your OC is, y'all definitely still calling the plays.
we call, but
Y'all
we don't. But we
definitely
didn't do
are
it how we
keeping
did
it
with week
under
three.
wraps.
We didn't do it how we week three. Where in week three it was like it would be every like 3 drives we were going to the head coach. No, we don't do that no
Yeah.
more. We just huddle, we meet, and then after 2 drives
You
we
call
let.
the plays, but that's it. You call multiple play. You gonna call multiple plays in that like when y'all huddle up, and then you gonna let him. If you audible, that's it. He's gonna audible to that next play. You know what I mean? So y'all still calling plays, but you're calling multiple plays in that huddle. You're just
Yeah,
breaking it down to like, hey, if you see something, you can audible to your other play. Which Bryce Underwood, I would say this. He's been playing out of his mind for most of this season, if not all this season. This past game, outside of those 2 interceptions, he played well. He played well.
he did. Don't get me wrong, he did.
Northwestern has a tough defense. I literally almost everybody in college football has a tough defense. So I can't really blame that. I would just say those 2 interceptions were unfortunate, but other than that, y'all played flawless. Y'all played a great game.
No, we did. We did. That's why I'm not mad. I'm just more mad of how even though we got a whole class of freshmen, because that's literally all our defense is.
Literally.
Like literally both our defense and offense is all class of freshmen. To where I'm defending them as in, we still got time to prove. But then I'm still getting a few slander from a few people saying, okay, but just because they're freshmen, shouldn't they still know the schemes? Yes, we should know the schemes, but it's like,
Decent bit, but that's the thing. If you're a freshman, you're gonna get the baseline of the scheme. You're not gonna be like you're not gonna have the whole scheme down pat. They're gonna make it simple for you. Obviously, they're gonna open up the playbook a little bit more towards the end of the season, since if you're been starting for most of the season, but you're not gonna get the full offensive scheme till your sophomore year.
yeah. So that's what I'm just saying. I'm just on here to, defend my Michigan boys of hey, we're still doing what we need to do. We're still fighting
Y'all
the.
winning games, you shouldn't be mad at winning games.
I'm not
The only
mad. It's
thing
just. And just for what we're like, what we build our name for, and what we're ranked, and like what the conference we're in. I don't expect, but
You're
I just pictured more fight and more mindset of, hey, yes, we're dealing with a bunch of juniors and yeah, sophomore, junior, and seniors that want play time and want NIL money or are getting ready to go to the draft. So I understand, like, why everything is going on. While also, we also gotta show everybody that, hey, since we are a whole team of freshmen, we still have a dog in us. Like, don't get me wrong. Every other team probably has a freshman core, but we're literally starting a whole bunch of freshmen. Like,
yeah. Y'all have plenty of time to develop any,
we
and
do,
even
which I
then,
love. Like, I really, really love.
like we had in our conference, yeah, one, two, three, four, at least five ranked teams in our conference alone.
Yeah, Big Ten. Yeah.
Got Illinois, got Illinois who's 21, Michigan who's 18. We have USC who's 15, Oregon number one. You got Ohio State or Oregon number seven, or and Ohio State number one. That's literally five teams right there
Yeah,
in the
in the
top
Big Ten,
25.
that, yeah, is ranked. Yeah.
That so for Michigan being like one of those teams, it's really good.
No,
But
yeah,
like
I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm
at the
proud.
same time, you're going up against like teams that are like who are borderline decent or
Yes.
like very good.
Or just,
So
yeah, already to show themselves that they're worthy. Which that's why I'm over here, like, I'm not mad. It's just like we should also show them that, yes, we're ranked. Yes, we got a name for ourselves. We're
you
a,
can't even, and that's the thing, not even considering the fact that Indiana is also in our conference. They just don't
yeah,
play this week. So it's like that's literally six teams that are in the top 25. Well, five outside of Michigan.
yeah.
Outside of Michigan.
So
So
I'm not mad. Like, don't that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad. I was Yes, like, it annoys me that I have to defend them because we're young, which that's gonna come with a young team. Of course that's gonna come. But it's just
that's going to
more,
happen either way.
yeah, it's just more of like, can we back it up? Because we are backing it up. It's moments like where, like, knowing read calls and blitzes of when to throw it away, or just run with it. Because Bryce, like, you're doing good recalls. It's just with those two picks, you should have just known to just throw it away. Like, or with that chuck
Uh,
down to a running back, he was right open. You
Yeah,
could have, chucked it down to him and got us some yards. Like,
yeah.
it's just that's what annoys me. We got the potential, we see the vision. It's just, can we execute it to where we can actually have people defending us? Besides, of course, Big Ten fan, no, Michigan fans and people that go to Michigan. Because besides that, there's no other, like, people actually defending us, really.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Oh, fuck you!
This is me. I mean, this is me being a Penn State slash Miami fan. So,
Yeah. So shush it.
because you in our conference, so I'm not going to defend you at all.
Shush it.
Which I'm looking at the top 25. There's big movement,
Yeah.
and I'm only saying that because Bama dropped to 10, and then you have Texas dropped to 17, which is like, whoa, you feel me? But at the same time, this year of Bama wasn't really supposed to be like a
Dangerous.
wow year, like a dangerous year. Don't get me wrong, they're still good.
Oh yeah, no, they still know what they're doing.
But like, bro, the top five alone got Ohio State number one, Indiana number two, Texas A&M number three, Georgia four now, and then you have Texas Tech at number five,
Yeah, the Texas dogs.
which
No, no. I'm like I
which you
said.
have two SEC teams, two Big Ten teams, and then Texas Tech is the only Big 12. That just goes to show how Big Ten and SEC teams are this year. And then you have the Big 12 who's making it like themselves known. Because you got BYU, you got Utah, like, and you got Houston in this top 25. Like, SEC is going to be SEC. That's a given.
Yeah.
Big Ten is going to be your known, your known Big Ten teams minus Penn State this year, unfortunately. And then ACC, you're going to have your ACC teams. That's like a given.
Ooh,
So,
ooh, ooh. Looking at a big 25 game. You got SEC versus Oregon. It's
oh,
15.
USC, yeah,
Yeah. That game is because it's a 15th and a 7. That game is gonna change a lot. That
it
game.
will. I will say that I have, like I said, like in like before, me personally, I want Dante Moore to win Heisman. I know that's crazy coming from someone who likes Penn State, but outside of like one or two games this year, Dante Moore has been the most efficient quarterback this season. He's
Yeah.
been the most efficient quarterback this season, like outside of one or two games. Like pulling up stats for Dante Moore right now. Literally, let's see. Outside of the Penn State game and the Indiana game, he's arguably the most efficient quarterback.
Oh no, he is. Like, don't get me wrong. He low key is. Like he is. Because if you look at everything that's going on right now,
Just this past game, he went 27 or 30. Game before that, 13-21. Before that, 9 to 15. Before that, 15 and 20. Like these past four games, he's literally missed probably like less than 10 passes
yeah,
every game. Every game. That's literally how he's been playing every game. He's thrown for less than 10 passes. No. He missed less than 10 passes
he's
almost
consistent.
every game.
I'm gonna
He's
be
probably the
honest.
most consistent quarterback outside of Sayan, I would say,
No, that's
this
what I was
year.
gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Out of everybody that's getting hyped, he's the only person that I can see that is consistent with his numbers that does not get the hype.
Exactly. Granted, like, is he like the best like stats wise?
No.
No.
But does his
Like on
numbers
the
always
season
stay firm?
and
Yes.
consistent, yeah. Because looking at the stats between him and Sayan, I mean, Dante Moore has 2,100, like close to basically 2,200 yards,
Yeah.
21 touchdowns, and five picks with a QBR of 72.4. And then when you look at Sayan, who on the year he got 2,700 yards basically. He has 25 touchdowns, four interceptions, and he has a 90.5 QBR. I mean, that's not that far. Truthfully, that's not that far off. The only thing that's kind of far off is the yards, obviously, but
But yards are
uh,
yards.
yeah, so it's really don't matter. So I still consider I would still consider Deontay Moore as a Heisman hopeful.
I mean, at this rate, really, it's now just coming down to the committee at this rate. What does the committee want?
Unfortunately,
Because if I'm gonna be honest, who is in the Heisman watch, to be fair? Like, who is really in the Heisman watch?
oh, let me check now. Let's see. I know Saiyans in there.
Yeah.
Mendoza's in there.
Ah, that motherfucker? Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck has he done? No, please. Please tell me someone in the comments what the fuck he's done. Please.
I mean, he's having a solid season, from what
He's
I
having
understand.
a solid season, but within that season, like what look at the give me his numbers. Please give me his numbers. Give me his numbers.
Uh, his numbers. Oh, let's see. Go to. I got refresh. Hold on. Mendoza. He has 2,641 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 88.7 QBR.
Okay, I can see why he's up there, while also,
Like they have him as the best odds, and then
but yeah, like
saying
I said, I don't know,
him, them saying, then they got Marcel Reed, the quarterback for A&M.
which I can understand why. That boy's been balling out. He's balling out.
Those are like the top three right now.
Mm.
But like again, I would say Heisman like is up for grabs this year.
It really is, which I love. It's just like, can you be consistent though? Because how are you gonna go from every year a wide receiver, running, yeah, wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, QB, wide receiver, and then quarterback, quarterback, quarterback.
It's tough. It is tough, Like I will say, oh, Jeremiah Love is in there as well, which me personally, I'm rooting for the running back, obviously.
I'm
Like
just mad there's no corners. There's no corners or wide receivers. Because wide receivers, anyway, it's just like the NFL. It's like the NFL with MVPs. You got
last time we seen a MVP outside of quarterback in the NFL was Adrian Peterson,
yeah.
which I think that was that year he also came close to like breaking Eric Dickerson's record, if I want to say, but even then, like unless JT breaks Dickerson's record,
I mean,
I
look
don't
at
think he
Saquon.
wins MVP.
Look at Saquon though. Saquon, he broke how many records?
I mean, yeah, he didn't break the like Dickerson's record in a regular season, but he broke the record like all yards, like all purpose yards basically, like last season. Like,
So
but even then, it's kind of
it's iffy. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It just feels like it's just an all around, you know, 50-50 type rigged award.
I wouldn't say rigged, only because MVP, especially NFL, like quarterback is the most like valuable position
It is. No, it is.
on
It
the
is.
on the field.
While also, you got to remember, like how we have the Travis Hunter with the two-way, right? With this, with if we got more two ways, I can.
In college football though, because you can't play two ways in NFL. I'm sorry, but like I get it that Travis Hunter wants to. It's tough. It's a different speed, granted, do we play slow? Does the NFL play a little bit slower compared to college?
Yes.
Yes. But my thing is, right, you're gonna go out on one drive, you're gonna want run 12 routes against Pat Surtain or like against someone like a who else is a lockdown corner?
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner, right? And you gotta go out and run routes against them. And then on off and then defensively you gotta cover someone like a Puka Nacua or a JSN. Oh, perfect. Like Seattle's perfect, right? Like say if Jaguars go against Seattle, you gotta run routes against like Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, and those guys, right? But then you gotta come out on the next side and you gotta defend JSN. You gotta defend like it's tougher in the NFL compared to college.
College.
So I don't think it's sustainable per se, like for a long time. But I think Travis can do it for a decent bit. But I don't think it's sustainable like for like throughout your career.
I mean, hey, big dog gotta play big dog, so I'm
I
not
mean, big
saying
dog got to eat, but if big dog can't beat little dog, drive in, drive out, then something got to change.
we're gonna have to find out next year what really goes on because since he's injured.
Yeah, because he's out for the rest of this year. Yeah, but again, I don't think he would have won either rookie, offensive or defensive rookie of the year either way. But
No.
we'll
Honestly,
see.
looking at this draft class, now thinking about it, and now we're like bringing up awards, and the season is almost kind of over, really. Like it's like every
Halfway through, basically.
yeah, and like rookie of the
Offensive
year,
rookie of the year, I'm giving it to Jackson Dart.
yeah,
Defensive rookie is
it's up there. It's up there.
I'm not giving it to Abdul Carter.
No,
That's number one.
no. Okay, how
I'll
about this?
probably give it to I'll probably give it to either Malachi or who's that one rookie linebacker that's been going crazy? I forgot his name,
I know who you're talking about.
but I will give it to either him or Malachi Starks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say this, right? I'm just gonna say this before like we move on because we both do have to leave soon here,
Yeah,
really.
I gotta leave in an hour.
So, before we wrap it
No,
up,
less than an hour because
yeah, yeah,
practice starts
before we wrap
soon.
it up and next week, we get deeper into our awards and looking at the playoff picture because we are getting into that time. I'm just gonna say this because I'm like in the process of making the YouTube channel. Looking into like what our comments are gonna say, right? First of all, don't get too attached to our takes, okay? Do
Yeah,
not get
don't get too attached to the takes.
don't get
At
too
the end of the
attached to the
day,
takes.
at the
We
end of the day, we're just trying to like this is our takes on the game. At the end of the day, it's not like everyone's take. Everyone has their own opinion. You can
Everybody has
voice
their
your
own
own
opinion.
opinion in the comments, but at the
It
same time,
just
don't hate on us for what we think. Obviously, you can say what you think. We don't care to the point like what y'all say about what we think is our opinion. You know, so don't. It's our opinion at the end of
yeah,
the day.
don't
We
attack
all
us.
are entitled to our own opinion. You may disagree with us.
That's
Okay,
fair. That's
cool.
fair.
That's fine. But at least don't like make it so like you hating,
Because
because
you
we're not gonna
can't
always have the correct take. We're not always gonna have like, so don't think of it like that. Think of it like as because we're like we say every time we're beyond the box score. We go into the analytics. We go in depth. with breaking down the game.
Like we break
We're
down the games
coming
where
at
there's no tomorrow. But and then
we're coming at this from guys who are former athletes. I mean, he didn't play as high of a level as I did,
but I
but
still know the knowledge. I still know the knowledge to where when we're
exactly.
talking, like he is even shocked that I know stuff because I grew up loving sports, and since I grew up loving sports, I grew up knowing the knowledge of the ins and outs of sports, and that's what I'm doing here in
Hmm.
college to know the ins and out and grow a bigger name.
I
So
mean, coming from someone who played on the collegiate level, I can give you like both pro, college, and high school breakdown. But like I've also loved sports since I was young, so I can give you the media side.
the yeah,
Um, so like I can break it down. I could break down on both ends, but it's just like again, it's our opinion.
it's just our takes, our
It's not
opinions.
always going to be right, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like I'll probably have better takes than him.
Okay. Okay. We're not gonna go there. We're not
But
gonna
at the
go
same
there.
time, you feel
We're
me?
not
It's like
gonna, if
it's
anything,
whatever.
look, if
You
anything,
can't tell me
right?
I'm wrong though. My takes sound a lot better than yours. You can't
Okay,
say I'm
I'm
wrong.
sorry, right? I'm sorry. And for more of a numbers guy, or you're more of a play type guy, okay? I'm sorry if I
I'm
take,
numbers too, but like at least I break down the numbers along with the scheme and like
but
scheme and fit go way better than numbers.
no, well, I mean, it depends on the conversation. It depends on the conversation.
Oh yeah, it depends on the
It
conversation. Don't get me
depends on
wrong.
the conversation because the
But
reason why
at
I'm
the
a
end of the
numbers
day,
guy,
if you don't have the team, you ain't gonna have a scheme.
and then with the scheme, with no scheme, you can't have no numbers. With no numbers, how are you gonna go break down a game or a player's percentage?
Exactly. So at the end
So
of the day, we have our own opinion. We're entitled to our own opinion. Like I've always said, I'm not gonna be biased. I ain't gonna be biased with my opinions.
I might be a
I'm
little
a
biased because of who I am. I
he's a
happen
lot more
to.
he's a lot more biased than me, but I
Not in
understand.
all
But that's the thing,
sports,
I
but just when it comes to
understand him.
college, both basketball and football, yes, I do have to be biased because I'm having to defend my name of, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. Even though college is not like with what professional is, it's just,
Oh
it's
no, I'll be biased a little bit when it comes to my college team. Don't get me wrong. I play for one of them, so I can be biased, just a little bit. But even then, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it true. I'm gonna keep it real. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna come in every year saying like, oh, we gonna win a chip or we gonna win a natty.
yeah, no, I'm not like that.
Nah, bro.
No,
I'm gonna keep it
no,
real.
no, I'm keeping it real. It's just when it comes to like, if you're gonna
Even with my own
slander.
squad, I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
it
if you're
real.
gonna just defend our squad or slender our takes of what our starter can do, yeah, of course we're gonna be a little biased, defend their name, defend what we they do. But at the same rate, you gotta keep in mind, he played college. I just played high school, but within high school, I know a lot, and he's seen it. Whenever we're doing anything involving sports, he's seen how I might sound like I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing. Like the schemes is there. Like my schemes are there. It's just not be what it's supposed to be, but they work. They work a
I
whole
don't
lot
know.
better.
It's just like I just game plan for. That's the thing. His schemes work, but that's the thing. It will work for a little bit, but the moment I adjust, he crumbles.
Okay, I
He
don't
crumbles.
crumble. Okay, I
He
don't
crumbled
crumble.
under the light.
Okay.
You ain't never experienced no lights like me, dog. You ain't never experienced no lights like me. I was under them lights when the lights were brightest. You feel me? Granted, did I play? No, but
I
I
mean,
was still
brother, you
under them
played
lights.
running back. Yeah, you played college running back. Yeah, it's harder. Even though I played high school corner, brother, just knowing a corner mindset alone is difficult. Like knowing the
I'm,
schemes of a corner is like having to understand a little bit of rocket science because
but that's the thing. Y'all schemes for corners, they come through us as a linebacker as well. Literally, the
You
defensive
linebackers
scheme
though,
and
you
play
linebackers,
and
you guys
plays,
only had
we
you.
call it. We call it. So whatever y'all got to do, we call it.
Not all
Cause
the time.
we know, not all the time, but we gonna know if you mess up. We gonna know dang sure when y'all mess up. And Dustin Lee, you gonna hear an earful from us.
All y'all
That
boys gotta do. No,
why
all
you
y'all
think
boys
safeties
gotta
are
do.
our best
All y'all
friend?
boys gotta do. All y'all stupid linebackers just gotta do is just understand. Yes, all y'all gotta do.
First off, y'all not gonna call linebackers stupid. We could dictate everything. We dictate how we attack. We dictate how we play, how the whole defense as a whole play. Linebackers best friend. Why do you think linebackers and safety go well together? Why do you think we did head dogs of the defense? You feel me?
No, the head dogs are the D line. The head dogs are the D line.
D line, they cool. But who gives the D line? Who lets the D line know where to go? Who lets them be? Oh yeah, y'all can go front side. Oh nah, we'll clean up back side. You feel me? Or y'all go back side. We'll clean up front side. Who tells the D line that? Us backers. Who tells the safeties and corners? Ayo. Who tells the safety? Ayo, stay home. Or ayo, come up. They about to run. Who tells the corners? Ayo, we in man. We in zone. Us linebackers. Who gonna be head hunting while y'all going downfield? Who
You done
gonna
yapping?
create the turnovers?
You done yapping?
Who gonna exactly, dog?
You
You
done
got
yapping?
nothing. You ain't got nothing against us.
Brother.
We spend more time in the film room than y'all do.
Okay. And right there is where we're gonna end it. Right there is where we're gonna end it.
Nah, bro.
Right
We
there.
spend
We'll
more
get
time
into
in the
this
film
next
room
week.
than y'all.
We'll
The
get
only
into
thing
this
y'all
next
gotta
week.
break
We'll
down
get into the
is
whole
the
battle position next week.
whatever.
We'll get into the whole.
We gotta
We'll get into
understand
this
the
whole conversation next
entirety
week.
of
No,
everything.
brother, you out of your
Nah,
mind. Yeah, we'll
I
edit it
ain't out
right
my
there.
mind.
We'll look for later tonight or tomorrow
How am
night.
I out my mind when I played college ball and I was in both linebacker and running back rooms? I don't want to hear that.
Look
You
for
were just
tonight or
chilling
later
in your
tonight
little high
for this
school.
episode to be posted. Look for later
You were
tonight
just
or
chilling in your
tonight.
little high school meeting.
Okay.
Y'all ain't break down no
Okay.
nothing.
Yappity
Y'all
yap
ain't go
yap.
into
Look
no
for later tonight or
position
tonight for this episode to be posted.
position
The
meetings. I don't
YouTube
want to hear
channel will
that.
be live. Look for tonight or later tonight for this YouTube episode to be posted up. We got the YouTube channel live.
After we drop all the previous episodes, I
Yeah,
should say.
yeah, yeah. So you done? We're good to end. We're good to end. We're good to
I
end.
mean, I guess, but again, like we said before, he played only high school level. I played collegiate. You feel me? I can break down the game a lot faster, a lot better, a lot smarter,
Just yappity
and
yap
not be
yap.
biased and not be completely biased. Unlike him over there,
You done?
who's
You
always
done? You
butthurt
done?
when
You
his
done?
team
You done?
loses.
You
It
done?
don't matter what
You
team.
done?
So
All right. We'll end it right there. See you boys next week. See you guys. We'll
catch
holler
y'all
at
on
you
another
guys.
episode with Film Study with Raph and Ajax. You feel me? Best believe it when we post on our social. We already got the TikTok live. We already got the IG up and live. You feel me? So best believe we gonna
YouTube is
chop
gonna be
some of
live
this up.
or tomorrow night. It's gonna be live. That's gonna be up.
Don't be
So
surprised if we post stuff on Saturday, pre-game before the Magic game, at halftime, and even post-game our thoughts. You feel
we
me?
might
Since
have a
we gonna
guest
be
with
there
us
in
also. We
person.
might have a guest, so be on the lookout for that. We might have a guest.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. You ain't into it and locked in. Best believe you missing out.
Yes, sir.
This
Oh
is Film
yeah.
Study with Raph and Ajax. We out there, John.